Good morning, everybody. Look at that. I made it. Last time I let the song loop like 20 times, and I hit my goal of 2 loops. You get 2 loops. That's all you get. So good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Doodle stream, where every Friday here on Twitch and YouTube, we spend 3 hours together while I attempt to doodle out your ideas and suggestions from the chat. Before we dive into the doodles for today, allow me to remind or introduce you to where you can find me outside of this program. You can check out my website at kevinahinkle.com or across social media at Mr. Kevin Hinkle. If you'd like to follow just my artwork, you can head over to at Mr. Hinkle Draws, and that is on all the different social media platforms, whichever you prefer. So come over there, hang out with me, appreciate it. If it's within your means, please consider supporting my work on Patreon. Patreon is a wonderful platform that helps content creators all across the globe by providing a platform for their fans to pledge continuous financial support. So tiers are as low as $1 a month, and they max out at $20, all with various rewards, exclusive content, polls, discounts for my Etsy store, and all the names you see on the screen right now have currently pledged their support. So I thank them a lot for their generosity. One of the rewards for being a patron is a shout out during all videos and all live streams. So thank you very much again. The link is right there on the bottom of your screen. Head over to patreon.com/Mr. Hinkle Draws if you'd like more information on my Patreon page. So thank you in advance for considering it. And of course, last but certainly not least, folks, I host drama-free streams. Drama-free streams. So for in order as many people as possible to enjoy the live stream and enjoy our time together, I kindly request everybody, please be mindful of your conduct. Be mindful of your contact. Be mindful of your conduct. No profanity, no harassment, no bullying, no instigating. Let's just have a good time together and enjoy the artwork, enjoy the stream, and enjoy each other's company. So please just be respectful of your fellow viewers. So all of that being said, I've got someone new in the stream to help you guys, help take care of you guys, read the chat for me so that I could draw as many things as I can. So I want to welcome Chris, a.k.a. Fazoom, to the stream.
What is going on? Good morning.
That was a perfect sound of the coin. Hello. Welcome.
I got a text message from somebody in the room.
Nice. Well, thank you for volunteering, and thanks for coming in and helping everybody gather all their suggestions. So, folks, Chris, if you haven't been to one of my streams before, for the last couple of months now, I have been fortunate to have somebody pop into the stream with me. So he will be trying to kind of corral your ideas for me so that I have a nice pool of suggestions while we doodle. And you guys can just keep the chat flowing. And we got a lot of people already watching. So hello to all of you guys. Atiz's Life, Ken Marlowe Bricks. Let's see, Hawkeye Family Bricks. What's up, Matt? Building with Steve. F.A. User is here. Julian Bricksmith. CC. Let's see if I'm missing any. Raptus is here over on Twitch. Yeah, don't forget to show Twitch some love. I don't ignore Twitch. Let's see. Walla Bricks. Hello, Walla Bricks. And the Daily Brick, Golden Light Pictures, Brick Studios, or Brick Studio. No S. Drop the S. I think that's it. Will Harper. Hello. Hello, everybody. So today's all about toys. So, you know, that's it. That's all I got is toys. As per usual, you know, I'll let you guys debate the absolute semantics of what is a toy and what is not. You know, I'm not going to dive into that, but let me grab one of these suggestions right off the bat, and I'll start drawing, and we can just start talking, and I'll let Chris take the reins of chat.
Yeah. I like CC's. I've already put some in your private chat, but CC's got a good one to start off with there.
Oh, Mr. Potato Head.
Mr. Potato Head.
That's a great one to start with, actually.
Which is funny because I had hash browns this morning, so that makes me a cannibal. But anyway.
Was it okay? Was it at home or was it at the Waffle House?
It was a Waffle House. What are you thinking, man?
Is it daily?
No, it's not daily. But if I go in, even with my mask on, they know who I am. So,
Oh man, is it to the Norm level where they all yell Norm when you walk in?
it's a little bit. Actually, they like. I mean, they know exactly what we're going to eat. Then my son goes with me and everything. We went early this morning.
Yeah,
The Waffle House. It literally is around the corner. It is dangerous. My cardiologist is probably going to pull the plug on that here soon. As much as I'm eating at Waffle House, so
yeah, I got you. I mean, that's part of the thing when it's like really close.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're almost like, well, I mean, it takes me more time to make something at home than to go down the street.
That's right. And I mean, and you can eat cheap there, and which we kind of do. And
yeah.
So, but man, eggs over medium and hash browns, and the yolk in the hash browns is bliss.
Oh man,
So
that sounds.
I love it.
That sounds like. Oh,
right.
Something I forgot to mention actually. I had the thing ready to go too, and I just failed to bring it up. And I can't bring it up now because I'll mess up my time lapse later. I premiered the 100-hour video yesterday. So episode 37, which is 2 episodes ago on the Doodle stream, we crossed 100 hours of doing this.
Wow.
Which is kind of ridiculous. So I made a time lapse of episode 1 through 37. It's about 30 minutes in length. And I know in internet time, sometimes that's an eternity. But it actually goes super, super fast. I've watched that video like 15 times, and it never feels like 30 minutes flew by. Check that out. It's on my channel if you guys haven't seen it. And it's a good way to catch yourself up on this whole program in one sitting.
You know, we watched it. Jake watched it before I got home yesterday. He watched it when you premiered it.
Yeah.
He was in the premiere, and then I watched it. And, you know, it feels like we've been watching you for a while. We've kind of come in late, he and I, to the last, probably, actually, the COVID episodes we've joined you for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's when we started in. And it feels like there's a lot of content you've been putting out. But, dude, we were in the last, like, 5 minutes or less of that program because you've created so much content. So it's so great.
Yeah, thank you. It's kind of incredible. And I said in the premiere, it's almost like looking at the doodles is almost like looking at a time capsule of the year.
Yeah.
Because it's like you can see what holiday is currently up, because like all of a sudden there's Easter drawings and there's Christmas drawings and there's Halloween drawings, and then also just like what's going on in the world. It's just like, it's kind of fascinating. But
yeah, all of a sudden the COVID little dudes come up every
yeah, it's like, yeah, he came up a lot. He came up like, and then Baby Yodas. There was a slew of Baby Yodas for a while. And Thomas, I didn't realize how many times I've drawn Thomas. But yeah, Julian in the chat. Yeah, day 1. Julian's been here since the first episode, which is super, super, super sweet of him, and I appreciate that.
Julian is always and forever. By the way, I requested, and you drew it last week, the Pac-Man from the 80s cartoon.
Yeah.
And you drew another one a long, long time ago. You drew that guy, and it was hilarious. It was like one of the second show or whatever. I was like, hey, there's Pac-Man. So you had drawn that before. That was cool.
Yeah, I forget sometimes the things I've drawn.
Right. There's only like, averaging 8 or 9 drawings per 100 hour. You know.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, you can also see in comparison when I started, I mean, I used to fill that sucker up with like 20, 30. But they were like, each one was like a second. I was like, here you go, done. You want Pac-Man? All right, there's Pac-Man. And
no, cut that out and send it to me. I want that one.
that's the keeper, right? Out of all the ones I've ever drawn. But it was also just learning how to use a tablet, because before I started this, I had never used a tablet to draw. So it was all new.
Hawkeye Lego Man says in the chat, he says, you could tell when the Avengers showed up after a movie.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Kevin Con Lego says you've got the Steve Harvey mustache going on the
yeah, it is. It is a little Steve Harvey-ish.
I wonder if they would make a Steve Harvey edition of Mr. Potato Head.
Officially licensed.
That's right. Are you going to draw his angry eyes and his rear end?
And I packed your angry eyes.
That's one of my favorite lines.
I'm a married spud. I'm a married spud. Yeah, you know what's funny is as I was saying last week, my son actually specifically requested video games. Like he was like, "Dad, can you do a video game episode?" And he was watching the time lapse of it when it was done, and he was like, he likes to guess as they're coming together. And yeah, Matt, no, I had never used the tablet before this stream. But he was watching. He's like, "Oh, look, it's Pac-Man." "Oh, that's not Pac-Man." He was like, "Who is that?" And then he settled for, "That's a weird Pac-Man."
It is a weird Pac-Man.
I'll say yes, that is correct, son.
I can remember being in the 80s when they brought out the Super Pac-Man game. I'm like, this is weird. What are y'all doing? I mean,
yeah, this is odd. But yeah, Matt, most of my work is either, it's one of two extremes. I either do the whole thing traditional, so it's just going to be on paper from beginning to end, or I'm going to sketch it out on paper, and then I'm going to take a photo, or I'm going to scan it, and then the rest of it will be done digitally, and that will usually be all with a mouse, because a lot of my work is vector and a lot of it is Illustrator, and so that's a lot of using the mouse to click and pull all the nodes and all the lines and splines and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's kind of an interesting mix. All right, there's our Mr. Potato. That's a good start.
That's cool. Raptus says he's building mocks, and Wall of Bricks is going to do math, and so we'll see you later, man. Hope you enjoy that math, because I know my son is doing virtual school right now upstairs. So some of I wonder how many of your usual viewers are doing school right now. That's kind of interesting. Yeah.
My son has next week is his last week of summer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They Connecticut, they factor in like 400 snow days. So it's like the school year, like everybody else in the country gets out a lot earlier than they do. And then they start sooner. Okay, let me do this. This is an interesting idea. This Hawkeye says Kevin Hinkle Funko Pop.
Let's do it, man. I want to see it.
So fine. Let's do that. All right. Where do we go? Where does it? 10:06. 10:06. There we go. All right. So this is going to be our next one. And of course, thank you guys all for tuning in. I appreciate that, as always.
I'm really surprised. I have finally seen my first Lego request, and it says building blocks. So they're being very Golden Light Pictures said that. Well, I haven't seen any Lego requests yet, which is very strange.
And now, of course, now that you said that, it'd be like,
pour them on.
400 snow days. There's only 3. Yeah, I know. Isn't it weird? Isn't it odd?
Yeah, please don't add any more days to this year. Come on.
Well, and it's interesting because, I can understand why they do it, but then it's so subjective to the weather, which, of course, who can really, really predict the weather? But you'll have like, okay, wow, we've got, 30 snow days packed in for this year. And then you have an incredibly mild winter where there is no snow.
Yeah.
And so then the kids are just there for an extra month. And you're like, well, that was kind of lame. But then we've had winters where it just snows constantly. And it's like, well, I guess that's a good thing we have all those snow days built into it.
Raptus is all about some John Wick action figure. I got that copied in, so never fear. Never fear.
Never fear. Fazoom is here.
So I need that to music. That would be amazing.
Yeah. So Funko Pops have these like solid black eyes with like a glint. And they're kind of far apart a little bit. Kind of the style there. Nose.
Have you ever done a brick head? I mean, brick heads Kevin Hinkle before?
Built one?
Yes.
Yeah, I have it. I do. I have one built based on my sig fig.
Sweet. Family Brick says, I thought Kevin was trying to do less Lego drawings, but seeing how you ask, Lego Transformers. So there you go.
I mean, this is true. But every now and then, I, as they say, I must feed the beast. So I will feed the beast. I know my audience. I know what you guys want. It's all right.
Marlo Brick says, I'm building a Lego train. I am so shocked that you would be building a Lego train. And suggests building or drawing a Lego train. So they pop that in there.
It's a gasp moment. Gasp.
Shocked. Well, not really shocked, but. Anyway, yeah. And speaking of this year, like 2 hurricanes might hit like next week together. It's like, are you kidding?
Well, might as well keep it going, right? I'm ready for the asteroid.
Yeah, that's kind of space.
It is kind of space. It is indeed. How was the show yesterday? I missed all of it.
Our show?
Yeah.
That's not. It was good. We had another old guy come in. And he's. I'll go ahead and pump him on here. You should look up Danish space program. No spaces in between those words. It's a guy named Greg Majewski, who is an old builder like this. He's a younger one of us from back in the days, and he is rebuilding the entire classic space catalog in micro scale, and he's doing amazing. He really captures the feel of those old sets with very few pieces. And it's a skill that I don't have, man. But he's a good guy, and so he joined us last night. So that was cool. It was cool running into him. So some of the old guys and the old guard like me are kind of getting a little bit of a revival and coming back into the club, coming into the community back and communicating and all that kind of stuff. So
that's good.
That's really cool. Yeah, it's cool.
That is good stuff. That's what I like to hear.
Bricksmith is all about the party.
Party, party, party.
Party, party, party. How you doing, Bricksmith? You doing good, man? Yeah, Golden Like Picture says, I think I've seen that Brickheads Kevin before. I have not seen it, I don't think.
Yeah, so I had originally done a Brickheads of a Lego store employee with the yellow apron and the black polo and all that.
Right.
And that was just for fun. Because I had done the Cube Dude version of that many years prior. And I was like, oh, well, now that there's this, I should do it again in this style. So I did. And then, what's his name? Ed Pearson, who's in the UK. I think that's his name. He was doing a card game. And he reached out and he said, I'd like to feature one of your builds in my card game. And just by talking, I was like, well, I just built this. It's a Lego store employee because he kind of wanted like a Lego employee, I guess, kind of. And I was like, this is a Lego store employee. I can build my head and put it on it. And then it's me. And so that's what I did. I just put my head on the Lego store aproned body in the brickhead form and sent it. And so that was printed in a game. This was years ago. And that game was circulated all over the place. And he took photos of it and stuff.
That's awesome. And
then afterwards, I changed the body and was like, all right, now I need to make a body that's not Lego store. Okay, there's a little quick Hinkle Funko Pop. We're still warming up, so of course, keep that in mind.
Now, your warm up is really good. Your warm up is better than my warmed up. I can tell you that right now. So this is awesome. You did a good job.
Thank you.
Let's see in the chat. Bubba Bricks is here, and Brickfella is here. Brickish is here. I'm just looking here. Hawkeye Lego Man is here as well. They are talking about different things and greetings. So glad you guys are here. All right. I do not. What is FNAF? I'm not even sure. So.
It's okay. And so this is MJ Sweet 130 suggestion for a plushy Foxy from FNAF, and that's an acronym for Five Nights at Freddy's. So
okay. That's good. That's one of those things that my kid is like, no, Dad, I'm not into that. And he's not. So.
Yeah, so what's interesting for me is that I've never once in my life played any of the 10 games that exist in this franchise. But I am so intrigued by the story. It's very dark, we're talking dark stuff. But it's fascinating. And I think what drew me to it, what's up, Joseph Zawada? Sorry I didn't see you earlier. What drew me to it was that it wasn't just fed to you. It was very clues and piecemeal, and you had to play all the games and piece all of it together to realize what in the world was happening.
Oh yeah.
And that was that concept really intrigued me.
That's cool. And
so I've been into the series, but I've never played a single of the games.
I just thought it was just stupid toys that were meant to be scary. So that's cool.
Well, and it's toys now because the thing blew up. And so now there are lots of toys and merchandise and stuff because that's how you do it.
Yeah. There's a couple good suggestions there. Rocket firing Boba Fett. Should we have the kid, getting hit in the face or choking on it? No, we shouldn't. But anyway.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Thanks to that kid. Actually, it was not the firing off the Boba Fett that got that canceled. It was the really weirdly scaled Battlestar Galactica toys that had a firing missile back in those days that caused some kid to get choked. Unfortunately, and I don't revel in that for sure, but it canceled all our fun. No, anyway. So I remember having my Boba Fett non-firing back in the day. I love that fig, man. That the toy.
I mean, that reminds me of the Lego cannons when the pirate stuff first launched in North America, and they were like, we can't have firing cannons. And that was when you had the first discrepancy between American and European Lego sets. Is that they were non-firing. I mean, of course, years later, they now fire, but it was interesting. What's up, Brickhead family?
What's up, man? All right, I thrown some more. There's some good comments coming back through there. Yeah, there we go. Got this copied over. So yeah, you guys keep pumping the. Oh, that's cool. CafeCon is on it today. She's got great suggestions.
Ready to go.
She's in her wheelhouse today, man.
I have come prepared. Let me get out my notepad. Yeah. Oh yes.
She has a Google document, right? Copied them out of there.
Julian Stretch Armstrong. I had a Stretch Armstrong.
Oh yeah, me too. And cool until he busted.
Well, and then there was the dog, and I had the dog. Like it was just a wiener dog that would just could stretch. That's all it was.
Kevin, this is a family show. What's your?
I know. Language. Cap said language. And then the bad guy. I don't remember the bad guy's name, but he was like red, and he was like kind of like part cyborg. And his gimmick was he didn't stretch. He had like little like beanies in him, like a beanbag chair, and you would use like a vacuum, and you would like vacuum remove all the air out of the toy. So you could pose him in a way, and then you remove all the air, and now he's stuck in that like position, which was kind of neat. But it was I don't remember his name.
I remember there was like a green monstery Stretch Armstrong bad guy too. I think that stretched as well, if I recall. So they were fun until they broke open and that purple jelly came out, and then it was disgusting.
And then it was game over.
It was game over. Mom got all mom and threw it away and all that kind of stuff. So
I think I do remember my Stretch Armstrong eventually popping or busting, and it was like that clear molasses was in there or whatever. And I was like, what is this?
Is Stretch Armstrong the non-doping Lance Armstrong?
Oh, I was like, did you just say that? Or I was like, oh, no, that's a Family Bricks comment.
Family Bricks put that in there. That's so funny. Got some requests for us, a couple of requests for Barbie.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we should do a Barbie, right? That's what we should do.
Right. Have you watched the Toys That Made Us show on where Barbie came from?
No, I've only watched the Lego episode of that series. That's all.
It's actually really interesting, because it came from France, and they had to file some things down from the doll to make it morally acceptable.
They had to file some stuff down to make it morally acceptable. I mean, clearly that's talking about her hair.
Yes, right. Well, considering that the doll that they got from France was not a kid's toy per se,
yeah,
quite interesting. Oh, a couple people. Ken Marlowe is on Twitch and on YouTube at the same time, pumping.
Ken is he is doing double viewing.
That's right. Those in the air. Here we go.
When one viewing isn't enough.
That's right. All your dudes have the same height. You're being very organized today.
I know it's a little out of character, actually. All right, let's see. Let me go through I'm gonna pick another one. Oh, what is? Okay, let's see. Joseph Zawada is saying, "Can you please draw a long Furby? It would mean so much to me." Okay, well, I mean.
Well, the show went. I do not know what it is. Oh, my son. I hope my son is break from school.
It's doing school where we were like talking about like, is he gonna show? All right, let's see. Long Furby. What is it? Is it like a snake Furby? That can't be right.
I think I saw a weird picture on the internet, but I don't want to say that I know what it is. Just in case.
Because I Googled long Furby, and it's like I'm getting this weird like snake Furby. It's like a Furby head on a snake body. I'm like, that can't be right.
It's one of those where you're like, I probably should clear that from my history because that's going to affect me badly later when I.
I mean, is that it, Joseph? Is that it? Nope, that's it. It's just it's a super long.
All right.
Wow. Okay.
My son claims that he is on a break from his classes, so sure.
That is so great. All right.
Men's Brick Designs, long Furby is almost an Urban Dictionary entry.
Oh boy.
Can I tell you that the older I get, I use Urban Dictionary like more and more and more because I don't know what the heck people are talking about.
You know, yeah.
Oh, wait, Jake, come here.
I am on break.
In the background, I don't know if you heard him. My son comes downstairs to say he is on break.
I'm not. Yeah, that's great. I love it. That's awesome. All right, I'm gonna zoomed in a little bit for some face detail.
Furbies were definitely in that gap of I don't have a kid to like these toys, and these are not toys I like. So
there we go.
I guess these are. Do they like attach mini Furbies together with their head cut off? Do we have something weird going on with the long Furbies, or
I don't even know.
I don't either. I'm gonna let you draw that. I'm just gonna sit and maybe go into the fetal position while you do. I don't know what's going on.
Please, no more eyes.
Please don't. And by the way, I put it in the chat early. Goats aren't toys, so we're just gonna remember that today.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you for that. I just saw the comment from Fazoom Jr. in all caps. I'm on break with the exclamation with like 3 exclamation points.
That's right. He's learning his expressions from Bricksmith. Lots of exclamation points.
All of them actually.
All of them.
What's the character limit? All right, that's how many we're putting in there. Yeah.
Wow, that's Family Bricks is joining in with the Barbie request, but has thrown down complete Barbie, her convertible, and Dream House. So you can draw that for about an hour. And
what are we rich? We can't afford the whole package.
Yeah, it's like having the Death Star playset back in the 70s. That's the parents who love their kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you had that big Death Star playset, if you have that Dream Bricksmith with like 87 exclamation points.
I just got a flashback of one of my favorite movies of all time, Napoleon Dynamite, which either you love it or you hate it. Where they're at the dollar store or whatever buying groceries, and Napoleon walks up and he hands Uncle Rico the like bag of chips, and he's like, "You know we can't afford the fun pack." He like slaps it back on his body. He's like, "Now go get some Pampers for you and your brother." And he just like awkwardly stares at the cashier who's from his school.
I know, right? And all embarrassed. I love that movie. It's always hilarious to me that he throws the He-Man out of the bus and drags him with a string.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I just want to know why.
Did you never do that?
No. Well, I guess I did.
I did that with a toy. I'm like, let's see what happens to the toy.
All
There's
right.
there's no rational reason to do it.
I remember doing, what we called aeropalmics, where you stick your hand out the window and then do like an airplane wing, right?
Yeah.
But I never threw my toys out the window. My son, who should be headed back to class, says, "I know a goat toy, the screaming goat." I'm going to ignore that, son.
The screaming goat. So this is supposedly a long Furby. It's kind of like a Furby and a snake. I really don't understand what's going on.
I'm feeling I need to talk to an adult, I think.
But this means a lot to Joseph Zawada, and Joseph Zawada means a lot to me. So there you go.
There you go. He says they are made from scratch. You only need one Furby to harvest parts from. This is getting disturbing. You also need a long articulated spine, preferably 3 feet or longer. So And comments are Brickish. Oh my gosh, that Furby is freaking me out. And Cafe Con Lego says nightmare fuel. So
a little bit.
Why are the ears on the butt? I need to know that.
They're supposed to be feet.
Okay.
He's got these little feet sticking up.
Okay, that makes it less disturbing. You should draw the little battery pack on the bottom.
I don't know if that works, but there you go. Let's see. Let's see. Is your son watching everything Bricksmith does? Better not watch Kevin's build stream. Had to be removed from stream. Oh, Bricksmith having to be yeah. I don't know. You know, like Julian and I have a very special relationship, and we spend a lot of time together. I don't know why he gets so he gets unleashed on my stream sometimes. I'm like, why is my stream the one stream that you decide to curse every other word? And you're just like, I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Pink Wheels. Yes, that's me. I'm emceeing today. That's my friend Meredith from our local club. She's also in our chats on Thursdays and Mondays sometimes, and her lovely daughter and family. So hello, my friend.
Oh yeah, Rapid. You can kill fictional people that are fictional characters. That's fine. No real human beings that we are engaging with in any way, but that's fine.
No humans are harmed in the.
Yeah, no humans. That's fine. All right, let's look for another one. Now that we have fulfilled Joseph Zawada's request, now
we got that one out of the way. So
now that we got that out of the way, all right, let's go back up to.
Bubba Bricks, let me put your request in over there.
Let's do one of these Barbie dolls. Let's see. The first time it's already gone in the chat. Okay.
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 requests for that. So,
all right, let's see.
And if I missed your request, I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up. Oh, that's a good request. Let me pop that in there.
Ben's Bricks on everyone ignores Twitch. Nobody ignores Twitch.
I know. We're not ignoring Twitch.
Oh my goodness. Let's see.
That one in there.
Kevin is ignoring Twitch again. You guys are too much. All right, I'm gonna put this comment on, but I'm not gonna draw that full request. that will be we'll put that on there. Oh, here we go. There we go. Easy. Malibu version Barbie. Done.
That's cool. Perfect. Hey, Doc Sampson. Doc Sampson is in the chat.
How's it going, Doc?
That's right. Hey, I'm going to step away for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay. I think I can handle it. All right, let's see. Let's see here. Surfing. What is Malibu Barbie. What's up, Jigglepuff? What's up, Sega? Oh, here's a vintage. Okay. I wanted to see the whole dream house. I'm sorry. They may not be as super quick as they used to be, but I still aim to have the doodles not take too long each. Ghost Freaking Talking just subbed again to Kevin. Does that make me a simp? Thank you for this. I don't know how to reply to that. Thank you for the sub, Nick. Appreciate that.
Oh, Ghost Freaking Tacos. All right.
Does that make me a simp? Are you familiar with the term simp?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Does it have something to do with The Simpsons? I don't know.
It does not. It's another one of those Urban Dictionary ones for you.
A silly or foolish person. Okay. No.
Well, there's a little more to it.
Oh, there's Urban Dictionary. Oh yeah, there we go. There's more.
There we go. There's more.
There's more. See, I mean, Urban Dictionary is like all the time in like the top Google search results. So I have to look it up all the time. You
open up Google and they're like, "Did you mean to open up Urban Dictionary?"
Sure, right?
Actually, yeah. I think I did today.
The Daily Break's got to run. It's good to see you guys. I hope you have a great day.
Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate that. CC, I subbed 2 and there was no animation. I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you for the sub. I still don't have my OBS up. And OBS, I do have alerts. I have custom alerts made and they are ready. But it doesn't feed into StreamYard. And actually what's more disappointing is that I have Streamlabs set up that it's supposed to tell me when those kind of things happen. And it only does it like half the time. Where like Streamlabs will post something in the chat. I have it set up to say, tell me in the chat when someone does something like that. And it'll be like, so-and-so followed. But it doesn't do a good job telling me when somebody subbed. And that's really disappointing. But thank you guys for doing that. I appreciate it.
So, hey, Kevin, what do you think of YouTube doing some very Twitch-ish kind of things where you can support and get, custom icons and emoticons and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense.
Well, yeah.
I think in the arena of streaming, if you want to be, competitive, then you need to offer some things. And I think those are some of the best parts about Twitch.
Yeah, I agree.
The emote. So I think it makes a lot of business sense to do it. I can understand if you're a content creator that does both. So I do both, right?
Right.
And so I can understand that might get really complicated really fast because I wouldn't necessarily even be comfortable being like, you should sub to me here, and you should be my patron, and you should be a member. That's just that's a lot to ask on all the different platforms together. Right. But I think as a business move, as an offering, I think it's cool. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, business sense. Doc says the theme is toys, and it hasn't gone dark or into the gutter. Is this the same crowd that argued over the meaning of robots, or did I miss it? The day is young.
The day is young, and you were literally the first person to even suggest such a thing, Doc. How does that make you feel?
That feels like scratching the scab off, I'm sure, to ripping the Band-Aid off the wound right there. Suggest Archer from Small Soldiers. That's a cool reference. CC is on her game, man, with these requests, man.
Yeah. Oh, Small Soldiers was a great movie.
It was kind of a neat movie.
I remember seeing that in the theater.
I did not see that in the theater. I do not believe. I got it from the non-blockbuster local video store that we had in my little small town.
The Mom and Pop?
Yes.
Whatever it was called.
Where they would actually, they would be very personally offended if you did not rewind. But anyway.
Yeah, we take this as a personal offense because you have not rewound your video.
I can't believe I actually lived in a time where people worried about wearing their VCRs out, so they were a separate item you could buy, which was a rewinder for tapes.
We had that. We had that at my house.
Did you have a cool one that was like in the shape of a race car or something like that, or was it just?
No. It was just a boring box.
Those are also the parents that really love their kids. They would get them cool things like that.
Well, there's a tiny bit of an echo.
Oh, have I got echo going on?
You don't.
Okay.
Wait, now it's gone. Okay, there you go. It's gone. Thanks, Ken. Yeah, it was. We used to rent a lot of movies. There was a period of our lives where there was a lot of movie renting going on, a lot of videotapes being rented, and that was my parents felt like that was a worthwhile object to have. Was that fast rewinding machine thing?
Mm-hmm.
And so we had it, and yeah.
Doc requests the first ball made of wicker or string.
The first ball.
The first ball.
Doc.
That reminds me of the Simpsons episode where Lisa meets this other kid who's super duper smart and goes over to her house, and those parents are super duper smart, and they talk a little above her head, and she doesn't know how to answer it, and they're like, "Here, Lisa, a ball," and throw it at her, and she's all disgusted. So
I forgot about that.
Doc Sampson says, being Japanese, we had Betamax and VHS. I remember the Betamax versus VHS wars. In fact, fun story, I did not see Empire Strikes Back in the theater because it didn't come to my little hometown theater.
Oh, man.
And so when it came out on videotape, my friend went to the large town of Augusta, Georgia, about 45 miles away, or 45 minutes away, and they went to go rent, which renting a movie back then was, it was expensive. But they wanted to rent Empire Strikes Back so he could see it again as fast as he could. The Betamaxes were all sold out, and he got the VHS, and they called me from the store, and it was long distance. They all this other kind of stuff back in the 80s, and we're like, can we come watch Empire Strikes Back at your house? We could only rent the VHS. The beta is out. I'm like, sure. So the first time I watched it was at my house on VHS back in the day. So
that's great.
VHS. Beta actually was superior, but just
love it.
Yeah, a lot of folks are talking about they had the rewinder for the VHSs.
I mean, if you did a lot of movie watching, it kind of made sense to just get it.
Yeah, so you could watch another movie while it rewound. That's right.
All right. This is like apparently based on the vintage Malibu Barbie that has like a one-piece swimsuit on. And there you go.
There you go.
Let me back up. And okay. That was pretty large. All right.
If you lay her sideways, she'll be the same height as the rest of your draw stuff.
This Furby. Oh boy. All right.
The Furby thing is that's.
There's always one. There's always every street.
And Canadian Papa Bear is not here to put something obscure in yet either. So.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Raptus has been asking for his request a couple times, so I'm gonna.
Let me get some water. What's up, Brickfella?
Brett's Bills, good to see you in the chat.
The Hanlon's favorite toy, a stick and hoop. and the corn husk doll. Man, so good. So good. All right, we're gonna do I think we'll do this one.
I don't know why.
All right, let's get I assume there's already one, so I can look up a picture, I think.
Doc being kind and making a request on someone's behalf. AT's was here earlier.
Yes. Is BTS, is that the name of the band?
I don't know. Kids these days.
We're just going to leave it at that. Oh,
yeah, that would be a K-pop band.
Okay, gotcha.
I know nothing about that. So,
all right.
I don't know. I'm gonna. Hawkeye Lego Man keeps also requesting that, at least for people to search for that, and I'm afraid to. Winnie the Pooh with teeth, but I'm about to do it. If I have to clean out my Google search because of this,
if I have to clean out my Google search, yeah. Oh, that echoes back again. I don't know why that's there. Let's see.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought. My son thinks that's hilarious, and it's weird.
Papa B.
Papa B.
So what's funny is I knew that B-Fab, come on. So I knew that eventually I was gonna cross paths with Papa B. Be like, I didn't build Technic. Where were you? Yeah, I had a really busy day last pantless. That makes it better. Thank you, B-Fab.
No.
Oh man. What's up, BFAB? Let's see. Yeah, sorry, Papa B. I did see, as always, I like all the posts on social, and I watch closely, so I was very happy to see that we finally moved on from the Technic set, which I was not thrilled to watch be built. I'm not thrilled building them myself, let alone, no offense. You're very entertaining. But I'm like, this is a tough one. This is a tough pill to swallow. But yeah, it was a busy day on Sunday.
I'm currently ignoring all chat, anything with the word pants or panties in it at the moment. Just like
at the moment that you're gonna filter those out in your brain.
Yep.
I'm trying to make this look like an action figure versus just drawing him as a character, which is kind of interesting. Let's see.
Like the old G.I. Joe with the
I'm kind of
points.
Yeah, I'm kind of adding. So I'm looking at a picture of an action figure of him, and it's a really good figure. Like a lot of the joints and stuff are like cleverly hidden, but like then it's not going to look like an action figure. So I'm like adding extra joints to it.
Dude, I remember getting the first G.I. Joe, and G.I. Joe, the 3.5 action figures or whatever came along as I was getting a little old for action figures. But I remember getting the first one. I got the Laser Trooper Flash because he was about as space as you could get, and got the backpack, the jetpack set and everything. I had that dude for like 3 days, and his thumb popped off because that was a weak point on those guys.
Yeah,
like, come on.
Nothing more disappointing when your toy breaks.
That's right. You can't hold a gun anymore.
That's pretty sad.
Yeah. Back up. There's lots of requests for Doc in different outfits, which is kind of a theme. Running theme.
Is Doc a toy? Are you a toy, Doc? Is that are we going to get into the debate of whether Doc as a entity is a toy?
Oh, that's true.
That's a strange turn of events.
Let me copy that.
All right.
I'm learning my copy and paste skills because when I'm trying to copy and then the chat rolls up, I'm like, and I mess it up. So.
Yeah. Sometimes that happens when I'm trying to like moderate things.
Mm-hmm.
Like if the chat is flying and I'm trying to like click on a comment to like either hide it or whatever, and then like I'm right clicking it, and then a new comment is where I have right clicked.
Yeah, I do that. I do that in OBS when I'm trying to click somebody's comment. And then when I go to click it and turn it off, it's scrolled up. So I put somebody else's comment that I probably didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Everything. Oh, Doc Sampson says, anybody else have Micronauts? I had Micronauts. I loved Micronauts back in the day. Old school. Oh, that's a cool request. Oh, there it is. Brett's Build said the Tommy Big Loader. That was one of my favorite. I didn't have one. My friend had one, and it was one of the coolest little toys. There's a little setup with a bunch of different construction vehicles, and they would scoot. It's almost like the first GBC module as a toy. It would the little dudes would go scoop things, go dump it somewhere else. They would roll into another truck, and they would move them. And it was an everlasting kind of loop of these trucks going back and forth. I love that thing.
Nice.
In fact, I found one, like a knockoff version or whatever, when my son was about 3 or 4, and we got one, and he loved it too. Of course, we lost all the little marbles in it, and then it was worthless. So,
what an ending! And it was useless, and there you go.
And it went to the yard sale or something. But it was a great toy because it's one of those like Transformers. The toy itself is fun, but the design and the thought and the design process, especially now when you look at that, it's like, well, that's pretty amazing to be able to figure all this out and make that into a toy that's durable and is cool. So, yeah, the Big Loader was amazing. At least you have some folks that are generally my age in here that I can talk to. If people start talking about K-pop, I'm like, I'm out. I have no idea.
Oh yeah, but it's always a nice mix. It's a
Yes.
nice mix of age ranges and interests and years of life. So it's just a nice like mix to enjoy.
Canadian Papa Shares. I think it's to you, Kevin. It's okay. You can say you don't love me anymore. It's all good.
No, Chris showed me his model he made of you, of the little tiny Canadian Papa Bear, so that we can always have you in our lives, even when you're not around.
That's right.
I'm going to build one and have my own Papa Bee at home. And I'm going to be like, I can't make it to your stream today. Is that okay, little mini Papa Bee in my house? I'd be like, it's okay. It's all good, Kevin.
In the chat, Alyssa says that she has a crush on Keanu. And
oh, nice.
Pink Wheels 3, Meredith. Meredith says she wants, this is all making her want to watch The Toys That Made Us. So,
oh, yeah.
I do suggest to watch the one on Barbie. It is quite interesting, the whole story there. That's one of those that has no interest to me because I grew up with brothers and I have a son. So Barbie and our world didn't enter into it. That's just, where we are. But so yeah, I was just watching the episodes and it rolls out of the Lego one or the Turtles one into the Barbie one. And so, okay, all right, I'll just let this play while I sort. And then I'm like, I am totally sucked in to the story and to like, what? Really? That was going on in that story. So,
oh, I've had plenty of those where something ridiculous that my kids are like wanting me to watch, and I'm like all of a sudden super invested, and they don't even care anymore. And I'm like, can we figure out what's going to happen with that person?
That's right. I will say, I will not. He's not on here right now. He's still in class. Jake watches The Amazing World of Gumball all the time.
Oh, that's a great cartoon.
I try to feign my lack of interest, but it cracks me up all the time, and I can't. I'm like, that shouldn't be funny, but gosh darn it, that's hilarious.
the best scene of that whole show, and I haven't seen every episode, but the best scene that I've watched is I don't know if you've seen it, but the whole episode's basically at the grocery store, like that's the whole episode, and the dad just keeps messing around because that's what he does, and it starts to really, really aggravate the mom, and eventually she tells him he has to go sit in the car with the kids. Have you seen that one?
Yes.
Oh, that is the best. And he's like, the kids are like egging him on. They're like, aren't you the man? Like, can't you go tell her that you're going to do whatever you want? Let's see. Marlo, wow, that Twitch message was from ages ago. Sure, you don't ignore Twitch. Man, I can't win. I really can't win. The only time I didn't get complaints about not ignoring Twitch was when I literally shared every Twitch comment on screen. But there was this part where he goes, I'm going to march in there. And Chris knows because he saw it. He's like, I'm going to march in there. I'm going to tell her what's what. And he goes in there and he's like, you listen to me, woman, is the first thing he says to her. And she doesn't even look at him. She's just looking away. And he's like, you listen when a man's talking to you. And she just turns and her gaze alone. She says nothing. She turns and her gaze alone has a mock effect that blows air from every item on the shelves flies off. Like all the canned goods and boxes fly off the shelves as she turns to look at him. And he has his chest puffed out. And then they just go, and they fall down. You know what falls down. They fall down. And the next scene, he's in the car. He's like back in the car again. Like that's anybody who's married to a wonderful woman knows that look.
Oh yeah.
The look, you don't say anything. It's just I'm done.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what we're gonna do today.
Yes,
all right. This is my crude Keanu, John Wick action figure. It doesn't necessarily look like him, but there we go.
Bricks O'Brien in the chat.
What's up, Brian?
John Y in the chat. Some folks coming on in here. I hope you guys are having a great day today.
Welcome in.
Raptus, he says he watched that episode you were speaking of. The show is really funny. It's almost like there are folks my age who watch Airplane and said, let's make that humor, a cartoon again. And it is quite funny. Disturbing at times. And
Oops. What was it doing? Family Bricks. This comment is from Twitch, so it has been pre-ignored.
Don't know what comment they were talking about.
Man, you don't even know. You don't even know. Yeah, what's up, Brian? How's it going? All right, let's get another one. Let's do this Etch-a-Sketch. That's
that's cool.
Fun. It's a fun idea.
Ooh, maybe we should then. What do we draw on the Etch-a-Sketch?
Oh yeah, it's a twofer.
Yeah, it is a twofer.
Golden Light Pictures does a John Wick figure. Apparently, according to Google, it does. But the figures are like really good. Like they're like current day, action figures where all the articulation is like hidden. So it would just look like I'm just drawing him. So I was trying to make it look like it was a toy, which is also why I changed his little handgun to like a super oversized weapon, because all the action figures have those. All right, Etch-a-Sketch.
Oh, Canadian Pupper just dropped some knowledge. I'm going to read it. Fun fact: G.I. Joe got introduced to Japan, but as cyborgs, I believe that is the Micronauts. Yep, he's talking about that. And over time, they introduced robots, etc., that turn into spaceships. That's always cool. And was originally attempted to be introduced to North America's Micronauts. Yes, later the Japanese line focused on cars and stuff. Turning into robots was eventually brought over as Transformers. Yes. So, yeah, all those toys are interconnected. And
I love the way you say, I know you're reading the comment, like, and then the giant robots they turn into robots. Wait, what was the line? The robots that turn into some cars and stuff that turn into robots, and you're like, that's always cool.
Absolutely.
It happens so often that it's like, oh yeah, that's nice.
Do you remember? I don't even know. I mean, we play with Etch-a-Sketches all the time. Trying to make a circle in an Etch-a-Sketch was the most maddening thing in the whole wide world.
Yeah.
Left, right.
I mean, obviously, I've dabbled in the creative arts my whole life. And Doc loves this over at Twitch, says Papa B. Yeah, okay, I got you. I got your number. And so even for me, I had such a hard time, and it made me so mad because I'm like, I can draw it on the piece of paper in a second. I was like, why is this not working? And there was a few times that I do remember really trying to make something nice, spending a long time on it. And then, just shifting it a little too hard or whatever in one direction. And then half of it is faded. And I'm like, well.
Yeah, and then you can't retrack and go over there and redraw it because you have to draw to get there.
Yeah, it's done. It's so done.
But then again, it was fun. It was fun to pretend it was like a portable computer back in the day or something like that.
Yeah, they had an exhibit up in Springfield, Mass. Last year that was like, it's a traveling exhibit. It's like the history of toys. And they had a giant Etch-a-Sketch that was like lifted up, like hoisted up. So like your body was the size of one of the knobs. And so you're like turning it, and I'm like, we're going to make the worst picture ever. That's what we're going to do.
The Pink Wheels Meredith says, draw the Etch-a-Sketch should be drawing an Etch-a-Sketch. So all of a sudden you have Etch-a-Sketch inception going on.
It's too much. It's too much-ception.
Too much. Doc Sampson asked, did Cobra Commander appear in a Transformer episode? That is correct. It was a very veiled, not so veiled reference to Cobra Commander in Transformers to cross those over.
Oh, my goodness. See, this is how you know. This is me using a tablet. It's like line, straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line. That's not a straight line. Thank you for trying, though. Straight line. Oh, man, I'm really focusing to try to get this line to be straight. This is not difficult for me in real life. Oh,
this is harder than actually using the Etch-a-Sketch to do this? That's pretty impressive.
It kind of is. Etch-a-Skeption. Oh, man.
So my son watched the movie, by the way, Inception. He said, Dad, I'm going to watch the movie Inception. I'm, okay. He goes, but I'm going to watch it on Fortnite. Why? Because they're showing it on Fortnite. I'm like, so you're going to log in to your computer on your TV and watch this movie through the video game? Yes. Why can't you just watch the movie? Because it's on Fortnite. This is not going anywhere. I stopped. So,
all right, we're gonna do. What time was that at? That was
11:07.
10. So at 10:54, we're going to do Brett's suggestion.
Did I not copy that in there?
Yeah, you did. I'm looking for it.
Okay. All right. Make sure I did.
Tommy Bigloader.
Oh, Canadian Papa Bear remembers the episode was where Rodimus, RC Springer, and Ultra Magnus were put into synthetic human bodies. Yes, there was Old Snake. That was Cobra Commander. I think that actually was a well animated episode of Transformers because that third season after the movie was really hit and miss on the animation, and I believe that was a well animated episode, whereas some of them were horrific. The Big Loader, yeah. Now, if you know, it's kind of, it may be a complicated little toy, but it is an excellent memory for me.
It's kind of like a little racetrack.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the little dude would go scoop up the things and go dump them in the tipper truck. The tipper truck would then go over and dump them in the thing, and it would just recycle. You know, as long as the AA battery would run the cars, man. And it was great. It was a great toy. It's a classic toy. So cool. Good luck.
Yeah, I was actually expecting to see like a big dump truck or something. I was like, oh, this is not what I expected to see.
You may be here a while.
Interesting. And it looks like there's a lot of different like configurations of it too.
So great.
All right, can I open this up to look at it? Yeah, everybody saddle in. Dun, dun. How do I even want to go about this?
There was a Thomas and Friends version as well.
Yeah, Thomas the Train was one of those suggestions that I did not realize until watching the playback of episodes 1 through 37 that I had drawn him so many times.
Mm.
Like there are characters that I know, like I can feel it every time I'm asked to draw Baby Yoda.
Right.
But like I was like, oh wow, I've drawn Thomas a lot of times, and so now I'm like, I think Thomas should probably be on a break. But yeah, there were some interesting things that kind of reoccur. Like also, I didn't realize Beetlejuice has been drawn like 3 times. That was interesting. I was like, oh yeah, I have drawn Beetlejuice.
Wait, you drew him 3 times? That means he's going to show up, right?
Oh no, you're right. Beetlejuice. Beetle drink, Beetle breakfast.
There's a meme going around that says, just say Beetlejuice 3 times. Might as well. 2020 is weird enough or something like that. So
such a good movie.
Go ahead and call him in. Yeah. Speaking of Thomas, I ran into Jabbo Rickzar yesterday at the Target. He and I don't live far from each other. And so I ran into there, and he was buying some Lego and stuff, and I was looking for some clearance, and we just happened to be walking by the Thomas the Train area. He goes, oh, and he went and grabbed a Thomas the Train toy that had Percy in it. Apparently, that's his guy, and it was a Thomas the Train toy that he didn't have, and he was all excited about it. So I'm like, all right,
yeah, he's got an entire Train channel.
Yeah, he does.
I think he was saying the other day that, or not the other day, but that it was interesting because he was able to get verified through YouTube for his Train channel, but not his Lego channel.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
It is very weird. Yeah. So we got some little construction-y little vehicle kind of things going on here.
Oh no, what did I spoiler? Oh, did I spoiler his show? Oh no, I'm sorry.
Dang it.
I'm the worst. I ruin everything.
All right, we got to get our hazard striping. There's some hazard striping on here.
Yeah, the cool thing about that toy is it had one little motor that would go and pick up the different vehicle tops to do their function. And like the dump truck would then go pick up the stuff. And then it would go in the little station, and it would leave the dump truck top and pick up like the front end loader and go do its little job and all that kind of stuff. And, for one AA battery, it would run for, hours. Just keep repeating all this stuff, the scooping, the movement. It was an awesome little superbly designed little toy. If you think about all the thought process that had to go in it.
Yeah, it kept you entertained.
Oh, it did, man. My son, man, that thing would run forever. He loved it, of course, until we lost all the marbles.
Right. So my childhood toys, I did have Lego, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of Lego and video games, I had a lot of Spawn action figures. I had a ton of Spawn action figures. And I don't know why, because I had never read any of the comics. I mean, I was a kid too, so I probably shouldn't have been.
Right.
I've read a lot of those now, and I'm like, yeah, no, this is not kid material. But like, I really liked because the toy at the time when the toys showed up, they were like so different. I was like, wow, these like McFarlane toys were like a whole different league.
Yeah, they were so detailed and all that kind of jazz.
And I was like, wow, this guy's awesome. So I had like Spawn, the Clown, Violator. I had the Spawn Mobile, which was a total ripoff of like the Batmobile, but I had the Spawn. I had Spawn Alley, which was the giant Spawn playset that you could like bust the wall up and hang the bad guy out on like a claw, and all kinds of crazy stuff. But Spawn, I had a lot of Spawn action figures, and then I had Stretch Armstrong for a little while. See, Papa B. Funny enough, I wound up saying Beetlejuice 3 times during the last build, as I kept getting asked questions about Lego Dimensions, and I was talking about that set being the only one of the fun packs I bought because my wife likes the movie, so I thought she'd appreciate having her in a minifig. Yeah, Beetlejuice, man, Beetlejuice,
It's a great movie.
Beetlejuice. It is a real.
I vaguely remember the Spawn movie that came out, and that it was universally derided. Yes,
it was awful.
I'm sure.
But the comics, I've got like issues 1 through like 150. I think they're on like well past 300 now, but they're really, really interesting. And I mean, he's like that classic anti-hero kind of thing.
Right.
Some of the storylines also, just, for everything that's going on in the world today, especially with like a lot of the race stuff, a lot of those stories dealt with race. Like there's one comic in particular, which is a trip, because I don't remember the name. I don't remember Spawn's real name, but like his human name. He was reincarnated, by the devil, and then he finally gets like his body is rotting, he's he's dead,
right?
And he used his magic to like revive it, and then you realize that he's like this he's a black man, and all of a sudden he uses magic and he's a white guy, and he's like, this isn't me. And then that's the devil's like, well, you didn't say I had to resurrect your body. And it's just like that comic storyline was like a trip. And so of course he goes into like all kinds of, mental gymnastics, trying to understand where he is now and what he's dealt with his life. It's like, so it was good. It's good stuff.
Right.
And there you go. Al Simmons. That's his name, is Al Simmons. And it's just like, it's good stuff. Not kid material. Not kid material at all. All right. I feel like I'm satisfied with this recreation.
That's cool, man. Funny things. Hey, all, glad I came in right as we started talking about Spawn. So,
yes.
So, welcome, Funny Figs. Solar Brick Builder. Hello. Moto, how are you? Good to see you.
What's up, Moto? All right. Let's get it.
Hinkle talks like a meandering trout stream in a pasture between some rolling granite hills. So, thank you very much, Moto.
Hello and welcome back. Tonight we'll be visiting Southern France.
Yeah, hey, I said that you're the new internet Bob Ross, man. That's you, man.
I don't believe that, but I'll take it. All right, let me look through these. I don't know if it's just because my phone is listening to me and it knows more about me than I know about myself, but I get a ridiculous amount of ads for all those apps to help you sleep, like Calm Talking, White Noise, stories like Shakespearean poetry. I'm like, do you realize that I do stay up every night way too late and get up every morning, or is everybody getting these? That's a good one. Russian nesting dolls.
Yeah, that was neat. That's a neat.
All right, 1051 is when that one was thrown out. 1051. Where are you? 10:51. Oh, that was kind of a waste. Oh, it's gone. It's already too far back.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Russian nesting dolls. That was from Brickfella. Brickfella, do you want to throw that in the chat again, real? If you're still around, if you want to throw it back in the chat for me.
Oh, does the oh yeah,
it cuts off at a certain point.
Oh, got you. Because it took so long to build that big loader.
Yeah. Exactly.
Happy little trees. You know, the funny thing is, when I was a kid, I watched Bob Ross because when I grew up, we had 3 channels plus PBS. And when the president was speaking, you had to watch PBS. So, but, you know, if I was ever home, if you watched afternoon television, and my mom didn't watch soap operas, so we watched PBS, right? And so Bob Ross was always on there. But the guy that was before him, William Alexander, was almost like the total opposite because he was like this German guy with this fire in the mighty tree and all this kind of stuff. And I like that too. Same, you know, wet on wet painting style kind of deal and all that kind of jazz. But he was not the peaceful, easygoing Bob Ross. He was, you know, he was funny, but he was just this very kind of brash German guy doing that kind of thing. Yeah. And being all the mountain and the mighty tree. And it was really, really cool. So I remember I like Bill Alexander a little better than Bob Ross, but that's just me.
It's the passion.
That's right.
I think I want to cut this a little higher up, like right there. We don't make mistakes. We just make happy little accidents.
That's happy little accidents. That's what my dog is made in here too. I got to clean that up later. But anyway,
I'm sure the dog was very happy to make those accidents.
Let's see. Funny face. I can't see if you've done a baby doll yet, but if you haven't, a suggestion about making one modified with a child.
What?
Actually, that would be the dolls from Toy Story, which terrified me even as an adult. The toys at the neighbor's house in the original Toy Story.
Oh yeah, the like monstrosities.
Oh yeah, when the baby doll lifts its head in the flashlight light, it's so funny.
Yeah, and I mean also, I don't think it helps that the animation style was a little cruder back then.
Yeah,
so it's just like all around a bad time.
That's right. Although it didn't freak me out as much as the stinking monkey with symbols always has freaked me out. And then it's in Toy Story 3, and I'm like, oh, throw that thing in a drawer, man.
Oh, yeah, the security guard or whatever. And he's like shaking. Yeah, that's a little much. Yeah. Toy Story 3 was a really nice conclusion. And then I was like, why would you have another one?
I have not watched, I have not watched Toy Story 4, so I should, but I hear that. It's like, why? So
yeah, I mean, and it's a little conflicting. I'm a little conflicted because I watched it and it's seriously a drop dead gorgeous movie. Mm-hmm. Like it is just like the animation, the art style, the effects is insane. Like it is absolutely insane. Like there was several times where I'm like, am I looking at like dust particles in the sunbeam lights in this antique shop? Yeah. Like it's incredible. But the story, it's not a bad story. It just seems like such an unnecessary one. Okay. I'm just like, this doesn't need to happen. I mean, it's interesting, but I felt like we nicely wrapped up the story. And I'm like, why are we doing another one?
Okay, so I remember when I saw Toy Story 3 in the theaters, and the animator that works for Pixar, his name is Angus MacLean, and Mark Sandlin had met him, and Angus had actually, he's done some Lego stuff. He's a Lego fan and all that kind of stuff, and I pop messages back and forth with him. I got to know him just a hair and everything, and so when it's coming out, I was just messaging him on, I think it was on Facebook, instant message. And I said, so is this the end? He goes, yeah, this is the end for the characters. He kind of implied that this is a good ending and the end.
Yeah.
So he tells me that, and then I'm going in to see it, and they're headed into the pit of fire. And I'm like,
Oh, man. Yeah.
I don't cuss very much, but I was about to cuss everybody out in that in the credits of that thing if they were going to burn them toys with my kids sitting there boo-hooing as they're heading into the plane.
Yeah.
I've never been so happy to see the claw in my life, but I'm like, I'm mad. This is going to stinking Disney. But
I kind of, for as many times as we're conditioned, right, that it's always a happier ever after and they're always going to get saved. I thought maybe actually they were going to fry. Oh, like, it's done. This is how you end it.
Yeah. When stinking Buzz hands his hand to Woody, like, hey man, give it up. We got to accept it. I'm like, no.
Rage. Papa B says, hey man, they killed Optimus and many others in our childhood.
Yeah, I remember going to see that happening too. That's right.
Miss Neverland, hello.
Oh yeah, welcome to the chat. It's a pretty good request. I'm gonna throw that over there. Do you want the original Mrs. Nesbitt, or do you want the freaked out Buzz Lightyear holding the arm Mrs. Nesbitt, which is hilarious, by the way?
Yeah, Joseph, I watched a video about how Toy Story 4, they animated the film to look like they used camera technique. I mean, it's just insane. I mean, several times in that film, I found my mouth just open. I was like, this is incredible.
And I remember watching the original Toy Story, and when you go back and watch it, it has aged. But
yeah, it has. The story's great, but it
is. But even then, though, considering what we had seen in computer animation, when you see the walls and there's divots and paint chips and all that kind of stuff, and the floorboards and stuff, is like, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, the worst is the human forms. When you look at those older, like the dog and like the Andy and his mom, they're rough. They're rough. The humans are rough. Yeah, I mean, toys are toys, so you can kind of get away with it. But yeah, especially the dog. Anytime I look back at old shots of the dog, I'm like, whoa, that's what the dog looked like. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Doc Sampson throwing in a very 70s request there, Mrs. Beasley.
I do not know Mrs. Beasley.
Golden Light Pictures. Got to do some homework later. Have a good day. Have a good day.
See you later. Thanks for stopping by.
I saw something. Oh, there it is. All right. There, I threw a couple more in there for you.
Thank you. I'm going to do one more. I'll do a set of 3. Rules of 3.
Okay. By the way, you have 8 viewers over in the Twitchverse, which is,
and I appreciate all of them.
Well, I'm including me as one of them, but no, there's more than that because I got to count the mods too. So hang on. That would make 10. Canadian Pop. I make 11 over on
nice
Twitch. So
I appreciate you guys stopping by.
Yeah,
very much so. It is very appreciated. All right, there we go. There's our Russian nesting dolls.
Love it.
Let me move them aside.
Doc from Twitch. Yes, but does he ever acknowledge us? Yes, he just did.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's see.
Getting him over, the more the merrier to ignore.
There's that ignored comment right there on the screen. Some of the viewers are bot. Nightbot. Yeah,
I did not count Nightbot and Streambot and all that kind of jazz. So,
all right, let's take a look. And you've ignored Raptus' request. Well, we got Raptus was the John Wick figure.
Yeah, he got one in.
me see. Let me take a look. Not that I'm against drawing multiple but try to spread the love a little bit too. Let's see.
That last one I threw in there, that's a pretty neat.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Let me look through these.
One that's interesting in production is about 1026. I'm not telling you what to do. I found that one kind of interesting, but
yeah.
You do you, man. It was kind of cool though.
I keep for that long Furby. Oh goodness.
I am trying to ignore long Furby. My goal for the day.
I'm only here to worship at the altar of the many-eyed goat, says Moto.
No, please stop.
Please stop. What's up, Howie?
Goats aren't toys.
All right, let's see. You're quite welcome, Brickfella. Oh, see you later, Pink Wheels. Oh, that little bit of that echoes back again.
That's weird.
I don't know. It just comes back, and then it doesn't last very long. But let's see. Sweet Lord, did Golden just say he saw you story 3 at 7? What? Okay, I just need to pick one. Kevin should draw his backlog of Lego sets to build. I'm going to put that on the screen. We're going to put that right there for everybody to see. That
actually is one of the only requests for Lego in this whole toy thing.
I know.
I think you have beat the viewers down to say, I do not want Lego, and they're not doing it.
It's fine. It's okay. I will do that one. I'll draw a stack of boxes. And actually, this one will be colored because it's we're past the halfway point.
Oh, we are, man. Time is flying.
It might be Connecticut internet. It might be. It doesn't last very long, but it does pop in every now and then it goes away. So it's weird. All right. So my backlog of sets. I don't have many. So that it's not going to take too long. I'm going to put them in a stack for maximum effect.
All right. Canadian Bubba Berry in Twitch. I wouldn't have brought up Lego, but I figured he would just ignore the comment anyway.
Oh, well, you know.
Larry, welcome to the chat.
Hey, what's up, Larry? Get that logo in there. All right, so we got how am I? Okay, I'm looking at it. I gotta look over my shoulder to see the actual box. Oops, I already misspelled it.
Brett Spills, who has a backlog? What is this you speak of? I have a closet of shame where I've gotten clearance and not built it, and it's in the closet. So,
oh yeah, my backlog lasted for years and years and years until I didn't have anything else to do with my time but build them.
And then you keep it together for 15 seconds, and then you sort it.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's all right. If you guys could detect that level of slight.
Actually, I will admit, I don't keep very many sets together either. So, but instead of sorting them, I let them stay there, and I just pick the parts I want off of them, and instead of a lot of times. So it's like this little graveyard that I've picked apart. I did that with my son's Chima sets when he was kind of done with those, because there's only a few useful parts on the top of the Technic frame.
Yeah.
So I'd pick those off and then throw the Technic in the big unsorted Technic bucket.
Yeah, I just, I put them together, and I mean, I like building them, and I personally don't, as you guys have all heard me, you enjoy it however you're going to enjoy it. It's your property. You bought it. Do whatever you want to do with it. I like to build the sets. I feel like if I bought it, it should be built one time. And I feel like I do learn a little bit about new techniques or new parts or new shapes or new colors or whatever when I do that. But then I don't like to display them because I get this strong sense that I'm like, I just finished the jigsaw puzzle and I sprayed it with glue and I put it in a frame. Why am I proud that I can follow instructions and build this thing? It's fun and I enjoy it and it's cool and I'll play with it or I'll let my kids play with it or whatever. But I just feel like I mean, aside from like the collector mindset of like displaying what you have and kind of being proud of it, since I see Lego so much as an art form and like creating your own thing, I'm like, it makes me feel like I just did a jigsaw puzzle. And I'm like, I don't need to glorify that I just did this jigsaw puzzle. But that's why my mocks stay together forever. For years and years, the mocks are together and they hang around the room.
I'm gonna. By the way, I want to butcher the name. I think it's Zoski is a first time viewer. Is in the chat. So welcome.
Hello. Hi there. Welcome in. Appreciate that.
I hope I did not butcher that name that bad.
Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, I'm much more apt if I put time into it. Obviously, I'm gonna keep it together. In fact, the first moon-based module I ever built was a Waffle House. Back to Waffle House, right? But it literally has been together for 17 years, and I'm not taking it apart. It's not going to happen. So
yeah, sure.
Canadian Papa Bear, he'll probably ignore it, but hey, be careful what you say about jigsaw puzzles. So.
He'll probably ignore it. I mean, again, I get that it's like enjoy your stuff how you want to enjoy it, be proud. But to me, I don't know. It may just be because this is what I do. You know, I create stuff and then I'm proud of it and I show it off. But I feel like anybody is able to follow step-by-step instructions. And so it's just like, you know.
Well, I feel like if I start buying sets to display sets, and if that's your deal, that's your deal. But man, even though I've got parts and drawers that I'm never ever going to use, I know they're there. I can use them instead of them being locked up in a creation from Lego on the wall. I would like to have them available for me to use to create with. But then I say that, and I've got a bunch of classic space sets sitting here that I'll never take apart. So
right. I mean, even my favorite Lego set of all time, the Fort Lego Rado, I have 4 copies of them, but none of them are together. I've built it like 3 times, and then I'm like, all right, that was fun. Now put it back away again. Okay, so this is Ninjago. The Lego, what is this? Ninjago City? I think that's the name of this. Yeah. This is from the Lego Ninjago movie, and this was actually just recently voted Set of the Millennium from Brick Set. They did this massive, like, month-long voting and whittling down, and apparently this was Set of the Millennium. Where's the set number? It's there. You can't read it. Okay, so that's in the backlog. That's in the backlog. All right, and then we do one more box beneath that. This box is a little bit thinner, and it's not quite as long as the Ninjago City one. These are actually right within eye shot, so I can just copy.
This is your still life? Is that what this is a still
life?
This
is my still life. Yeah, thank you. I haven't done one of these in a while, so this is great. My art teachers will be very happy. Hello, Emily. First time on. Well,
Emily.
Welcome. I appreciate that. Well, we got some new people today. What?
That's great.
It's something in the air. Did I do something right?
Adora Build. I don't think I saw you come in. Welcome. Glad you are here. G.I. Joe with a Kung Fu grip.
I did not Raptors. I did not put the biggest box on top. You wait. You just wait. There's not many. I don't have many sets, so don't worry. You're not sitting around forever. We got to do this skeleton.
Yeah, I picked up one of the Benny's Space Squads yesterday. It's actually still at my Walgreens on the shelf. I had Walgreens points, and I got to get it half price. So
Howie says those YouTube algorithms kicked back on. Working again. But yeah, welcome in anybody who's new. This is every Friday morning, unless something's going on. And actually, the irony is something is going on next Friday, so I won't be doing it. But other than that, I'm pretty consistent. It's every Friday. And it is the Doodle stream where I draw things that you guys suggest for me to draw based on a theme. So that's what this is all about. Welcome in. Today's all about toys. So I'm drawing a stack of Lego sets that I have sitting next to me that need to be built, that I have not built. And I'm actually going to be coloring these drawings as well.
Sweet. Let me run through the participants over here on the YouTubes. Adore Build, Brickish, Doc, Emily, Howie Stuff, John Y, Larry is here, Moto, Raptus, and Alyssa are here over in
Welcome everybody.
YouTube land. And let me go to the participants, users in chat over here on Twitch.
Oh, we love Twitch.
Yeah, we do. I got it pulled up. Doc is in there as well. Marlo Bricks, Canadian Papa Bear. Another viewer is the name. Building with Steve, BZ Power, Commander Root, me. I'm in there. Ghost freaking talking. Lurks and Raptus are over there. So glad you folks are joining us today.
Yeah, appreciate all of you guys being here.
Raptus is making a tentacly thing in the comments, so that's nice.
A tentacle thing in the okay, so now we've got the Jurassic Park gate. I don't remember what's the exact title of this set. It's the gate. That's not what it's called.
It's the gate.
So we got
Moto says he is headed back to the barn. He is doing some work outside today, so I hope you stay cool, stay hydrated, my friend.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Moto. I hope that your time at the altar of multi-eyed goats was worth your while.
Please stop.
Please stop. And then we got the big guys on the bottom.
Oh,
this is the big one. Do I have more than this? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I have one time. That's like doesn't count. This is it. So this. I have 3 sets in my backlog. And what's this look like?
Okay. Now Doc is there's one. Doc is throwing all the classic toys in there.
Oh, good.
Yes, it does count. Log, as in log. Piece of wood, like Lincoln logs.
If you haven't built it, that still counts. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna build it ever though.
Do you have a K8 box you can put under that?
No. All these Lego logos. Look how many Lego logos I've drawn now. All right. Little Star Wars action on there. This is the big guy. This is the one. Oh, of course it's this way.
All right, I'm gonna mispronounce this. Tidgeny or whatever. I'm sorry, Tidgeny Bricks. Glad you're here. Welcome.
Yeah, you say it like tiny bricks.
Oh, there it is, Tiny Bricks. I don't know. I'm Southern.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm Southern. I'm sorry. I'm Southern. What's up, Tiny? Welcome to the stream. Let's see. This, of course,
Tidgeny is fine. Okay, I got it.
Tidgeny.
That was a little Southern came in that for we added syllables.
We added some syllables.
Copy that. Emily gave a request there. I have never heard of that, so I'm gonna throw that over there into the pile.
Oh, it's going this. This is a really weird angle to be drawing this at, but it's sideways like this, of course.
Larry, big track. One of his favorites. You actually knew how to program that thing? My ADD was like, nope, I can't. I didn't have one. My friend had a big track, and you had to learn all that programming and stuff, and it was learning and not fun. So,
all right, I'm gonna do a
but
little.
Larry, more power to you, buddy.
A little bit of quick cheating here. Try to fill in a lot of this because it is a black box.
It looked cool though. Hawkeye says, I can't believe you're still on this one.
I know, right? There's a lot of detail in drawing a box. It's almost done. So yeah, if you can't tell, it's the UCS Millennium Falcon.
I'm glad we're into the color now. That the color is just going to be all black.
Pretty much. Actually.
Okay. And what we're talking about with parts and stuff on the shelf and stuff, the Millennium Falcon, that's $700 I could spend on Bricklink for parts I want. I like parts in that thing, but I don't have room to put that thing in my house. So.
Yeah, it's such a giant drawing. All right, move it over here, shrink it a little bit, and then throw some quick colors on it because we are at that point in the program. Colors. All right, the Ninjago box is like a brown.
Ripcord racers, I remember those.
Oh, cheating! Am I cheating? Who's cheating?
Just ignore it. It's from Twitch.
Just ignore it. They will never let me hear the end of that, Chris. that comment. Someone's gonna clip that now, and they're gonna save it to my.
Oh. And then they're gonna see that you're not on next week and blame it on me. You know,
probably. Yeah,
I brought Kevin down.
Exactly. What color is the? Oh, that's like gray. Kind of looking for like the overall overarching color. Grayish.
Oh wow. So I got a message from a friend that said that the Avengers Ultimate Quinjet was 40% off on Amazon, and now they're sold out.
Of course.
But Best Buy is matching it.
Oh, you know, that's a good point, Ray. You need to make an ignored emoji for Twitch. That's when you start getting all the yeah, you will see the logos pop B. Emily, it's a toy that shows beauty can come in many forms. Oh, interesting. Oh, I should look at the earlier comment. I missed it. What was I gonna say? Oh, when you start making the emotes, aside from kind of, you know, your brand ones or whatever, you start getting into like all the personal inside jokes and stuff from the streams. That's kind of fun. I mean, that's the ultimate irony, though. Making an item that only works on Twitch to talk about ignoring Twitch. It's like interesting. Is
that Twitchception? I don't know.
Exactly. Get this Ninjago logo. Put some red on that.
Oh, there's a pop that over there.
And then there's some bright oranges.
Did you say 4 inches?
Bright oranges.
Oh.
They had a period of time. I'm sure you probably noticed this. I'm sure a lot of you guys noticed this, but there was a couple years where the box art for a lot of the sets from Lego was like phenomenally gorgeous. I was like, this is like artwork on these boxes. And then they've kind of gone back away from that again. But like the Temple of Air Jitsu set, the Slave One, like using Bespin, Cloud City. I mean, it was just like gorgeous. And I was just like, we have elevated this like nobody's business. And then they're like, oh, you like this? We're going to stop doing that.
And then Hidden Side boxes came out.
It's like, oh, you like that? No. What's up, Tanya? Miss Brick Kitten, welcome to the stream. Let's see, just kind of imply that's up there.
Funny Fig says the Wonder Woman set literally has art in it. That's cool.
Well,
I have not gotten that set yet.
Yeah, that's a different topic. But it's like, I mean, obviously I appreciate the artwork, but I think that's when it crosses the line and becomes confusing for the consumer when it's literal like illustration versus just really, really well like edited backgrounds and stuff to the, you know, in high res photography. I think from a consumer product to have like stuff like that, it makes it, that goes in a different direction. Not that I don't appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's just like, I don't know how I feel now.
Yeah, the Wonder Woman box I kind of see. I was in Target looking for clearance, like I said earlier, um, and one of the hidden side sets was there, and I just picked it up to look at it and kind of study it. And there's this big yellow ghost with a propeller on him and all this kind of stuff. Is the biggest thing almost on the package that is not, obscured with the whatever effect they're trying to say. And I'm like, and this guy's not even in the set. It's so confusing. It's so hard to decode. I just don't know what they were thinking with those. Honestly, because I love the sets. Hidden Side is actually one of the most surprising lines. I love it. It has been quality build after quality build.
It's just interesting because it kind of breaks some of those cardinal rules that they had for so many years, which I think sometimes rules are just rules and they need to be changed because they're dumb. But they had a rule where you never show anything that's not 100% in the box on the box. And there was a lot of pushback on different initiatives over the years because people were daring to suggest stuff like that. And then now, of course, coincide to a bunch of layoffs, a bunch of people gone, new bloods in the company. So let's try again on everything. And it's just like, I think that was one of those okay rules. I think it was okay to only show what you get in the box.
Right. Miss Brick Kitten has joined us. Welcome. I remember that rule. There was a little set with Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker and an Imperial officer. It was kind of a little, very teeny tiny build, but it was just a character building set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it had Luke Skywalker. He had his lightsaber hilt in the gloved hand and the non-hand. And I remember looking at that box art. I'm like, what is that under the little bridge where they're walking? And the lightsaber blade that's not attached to the hilt is laying under the bridge. So you knew that part was in the set if you were looking.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and hello to, we got a couple people here. Jasper. Hello, Jasper. And hello to Andres. Ignacio. Hello.
Hello. I'm sorry.
Hello.
Your host is not doing a good job.
You were dazzled.
I was dazzled.
It's all right. I have that effect on people sometimes.
Yeah, you do.
Insert very full of themselves comment here. And thank you guys for your patience on this one. We're just about done.
Hey, Doc, I just have to say that apparently you and I are pretty close in age, and he's rocking out all the cool toys from back in the day. Throwing some over there, but
Doc constantly talks about how old he is, and you call yourself old Gray Bricks, so maybe you guys are pretty close.
We probably are, considering I know his love and care for the movie Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, the best movie ever made. Then yes, we are in the general.
Yeah, I watched that actually last year for the first time. I hadn't seen the Star Trek films. Except for like the new ones, like the ones in theaters ones.
Wait.
I corrected it. It's been corrected.
But you've only seen Wrath of Khan one time in your life?
Yeah. Yes. Bye, Chris.
Long pause.
Dramatic pause. I enjoyed that one a lot. I was also incredibly disappointed with the first film, the Star Trek, the motion picture.
Yeah.
Very.
If you ever want to watch that one and actually watch it well, 6, 7, 8 years ago, they made a director's cut of the motion picture. Robert Weiss came back in and shortened it, re-edited it because it was literally like wet in the can. They were piecing it together going to theaters. They sort of run out of time. So they also put some effects in there and added a couple of shots. Like you could see the big bad guy spaceship that was coming and it's all kind of stuff. And it made that movie, it went from about a 4 out of 10 to about a 7 out of 10 because it shortens some stuff. It makes it great. But they made it for DVD quality only, so they haven't put that director's quality or that director's edition on Blu-ray. So there's just a little wrinkle of time where it was available, and it actually makes that movie super great. It even throws in some old school Star Trek, like a old shuttlecraft and a scene that kind of ties the times together and all that kind of stuff. But the director's edition of the motion picture makes it a much better movie. It is not a perfect movie by far.
Yeah,
but it's much better. And the fact that they're running around in pajamas is always kind of a problem too. But.
It's always kind of a problem. Yeah, I mean a little bit. All right, we're gonna start on the next suggestion, which I saw Rock'em Sock'em Robots somewhere.
Yeah, I think that. Plot hole in Wrath of Khan. How to Khan who Chekhov was. That is right. Walter Koenig himself says that he met Khan in the bathroom on the ship. He was not on the bridge during those times. So, not a perfect movie. La la la. I can't hear you. Me.
Yes. All right, that's our next one. BZ Power commented. Yep, but Star Trek 4 is that was. See, I did that, and then I removed the comment again. All right, let me go back and find the comment. 44. Where did it go? There we go. All right. Also early. Oh, that's here's the finished shame pile for everybody. There you go. Ninjago City, the Jurassic Gate, and the Millennium Falcon. Those are literally the 3 sets sitting over there that are in the shame pile. I do have a very small, old, like 1998 City Lego System City set. Not even City back then. That I don't think I'm going to open. So I don't really. That's not really. Okay.
Looks like my kid is finished with his class. He's back. Hello, son.
See you later, Hawkeye. Let me get
bye, Hawkeye.
For the Rock'em Sock'em Robots. That did take a while to do those. Let's see. Let's see.
It's actually one of my favorite things in the Big Bang Theory. In their apartment of all the nerd stuff is there's a painted Rock'em Sock'em Robots picture. Kind of mirroring a classic, fight scene picture and everything. I love that.
Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. If you're gonna just let that Falcon sit there, I know a certain Papa B who could go to a good home. Yeah, I appreciate that's really nice of you. All right, let's see here.
Oh, I get what my son says. He spelled it wrong, but that's okay. He says, what about Hobbs? Because technically for Calvin, for the adults who see Hobbs, Hobbs is just a stuffed animal.
Oh, and you know what's interesting? Doc, you put in the chat lawn darts, and we actually did lawn darts on the summer episode, which I didn't really know about. That was Julian's request, was to draw lawn darts, and we had a very lively discussion about how incredibly dangerous that sounds as a toy. I was like, this is a thing.
I was a kid when they pulled them. He was like, and then everybody's like, the government, and all this kind of stuff. And then I'm like, yeah, but these are pretty much missiles, and maybe we shouldn't play with them.
Doc says watching those boxes was kind of painful. I'm sorry. This is why nobody watches people do still life. I feel ignored. Is this how all Twitch feels? Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. All right. They kind of have they're like wearing a tunic kind of. Because like their outfit kind of like it flares out, like their torso kind of flares out at the bottom. It's interesting. Didn't they try to make like some super high dollar Hollywood adaptation of this game in the most couple of recent years? And it was like not great. I kind of think maybe they didn't. Maybe I imagined it. We love you, all of you.
I'd express some love over there at Twitch for you.
Appreciate it.
Oh, that's right. Rock'em Sock'em Robots were in a Pixar movie, weren't they? And they, argue with each other, and then they. Yeah,
that was good. we should do this, no that, this, no that. They start like they immediately start boxing each other. It was pretty good. But I thought there was some kind of like Hollywood top dollar adaptation of this, but maybe that was like a different that was kind of taking the same idea, but it wasn't licensed, so it was called something else.
Yeah, I don't know. I see like a video where somebody did some computer animated versions that are super, super awesome fighting each other. But no, I don't see a new adaptation, but I could be wrong.
You're talking the CUTMAN movie? I don't know. Maybe a movie nobody saw. Near Family Treehouse. Hello, welcome to the stream. Draw Slinky Dog, but evil. Boy,
Oh yeah, there was that Hugh Jackman movie that where they were fighting robots. Gosh, I can't remember.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. I don't know.
Real Steel. That's it. Papa Bear knows all things.
That's why you have a mini one, so he can enrich your life with all things.
I do. My mini Papa Bear is my best friend.
It's so awesome. I can't believe it. Have you ever seen him on his stream do a bear pun?
Yes, I was there. We rated him out of one of the chats or whatever.
Yeah.
And Brick Blaze's chat, we went over there and rated it. They were there just in time to see his little cutout on the bear and his lips moving and give the bear joke. And
that's your next. You got to build the cutout to put on the mini on the mini one. It just needs to be like a mosaic style. It just has to be like flat, but you need to leave a little tiny, like a 1x2 exposed plate so you can put the mouth of the other. That's too much. Like that's great though.
That made me a little more investment than I've got. Yeah, I don't know.
It's fine.
Yeah, that's right. Canadian Papa I blew Fazoom's mind last night with giant Papa Bear, complete with Super Mario sound effects. So he goes, watch this, and boom, he blew up his face like super huge, and then went super tiny. It was hilarious. So,
Papa B, I actually just started up a Super Mario RPG. I think I mentioned this already, but my son and I have been playing. My younger son and I have been playing through old Super Nintendo games together. And so we went through all 3 of the Donkey Kong Country games. And then we did Super Mario World. And then we did Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. And we started Super Mario RPG. He actually really likes it a lot. And he's like, there's so many great characters in this. I'm like, well, I hate to tell you, they're never going to show up again in any other game. But he's been enjoying it. He does a lot of the battles. He does the grinding for me because I don't like doing the grinding stuff when you have to just fight enemies. But it's giving me memories of early Papa B streams. Okay. Yeah, I figured he was probably a little big. But yeah, we're at the point in the game. Anybody else that's played the game, we're at the point where we are at Bowser's Keep again for the second time. So we've already gone around the whole world, and we have 6 out of the 7 stars. So we're at the end. We're at the end. But now we're getting all the secrets because I like to back when Kevin would come to my streams. That's when I was personally super invested. I enjoyed watching you go through those games that I know. Not that I don't enjoy watching you go through all kinds of games, but when I actually have played the game, I feel more invested. But yeah, when I do the games, I like to find all the stuff. So we're getting all the secret treasure chests and the best armor and the best weapons and going back and finding all the secrets before we go into the last confrontation.
I'm scrolling back. Miss Brick Kitten made a comment about lawn darts. I love my lawn darts. My brother is one of the reasons they're banned. Stabbed his foot with one.
Look at that. There you go. Andres, I got to go. Classes won't teach them. So thanks for being here. Appreciate you stopping by. Have fun teaching. The youth of today thanks you.
Speaking of, I wonder if my youth upstairs, he's on his lunch break now, so.
I'm on a break.
I'm on a break.
All caps.
It would just be great if I was like, yeah, Dad, yeah. See, Ken Marlowe Bricks and Miss Brick Kitten and a couple others are talking 9-volt train.
Oh,
I know nothing about 9-volt train.
well, you say that the engines are in the wrong place.
That's right. In space, the engines go in the back.
You've said it so many times that now I'm like, the engines are in the wrong place.
Space.
That too. It's so great because I remember my first couple shows when I was going, for work. So like we're talking 2011, 2012, a little bit in 2013. A lot of those kind of chanting, the chants.
Yes.
Space Castle, like that was still very much a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then it died hardcore after that. Like it just stopped and no one was doing it anymore. I mean, you had new blood, new fans, some of the older ones got busy, life happened or whatever. So it just kind of stopped. There just really wasn't that whole, that vibe wasn't really happening anymore.
My son, did you see that? My son, when I say I'm on a break, I cannot think of Friends. So that was one of his summer things. He watched the entire run of the show Friends. So
yeah.
He now understands many references that my wife and I, little in jokes. He gets them now. So
we were on a break. I looked up Fashion Rat. Why was that made? Why does it have a wig? I have not looked up Fashion Rat, so I don't know. I cannot answer your questions. All right, let's throw some quick colors on this.
Miss Neverland had to head out. Have a good evening or morning wherever you are. So sleepy time. So a good evening.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you visiting for a little bit.
Yeah, I've never heard of this Fashion Rat thing that has been talked about. I don't know. Maybe that's a different country. I don't know. It's kind of interesting.
Oh, and if I haven't mentioned it already, I don't think I have. But just in case, anybody who's here and you have to head out or you're new, there is a time lapse of this whole stream that goes up on my channel. It's going to go up on Monday at noon, and that is the new solid schedule time. So the stream will be every Friday. You're of course more than welcome to be here. It can't happen without you. So if there's nobody here, then I just draw whatever I want, I guess, for 3 hours. But then the time lapse, which is only 5 minutes, so you get 3 hours condensed into 5 minutes for you, is going to go up every Monday at noon. So be sure to stop back if you have to head out so that you can watch everything really quick and not have to watch me spend 40 minutes drawing boxes again.
How long does it take you to produce the 3 hour show? And I mean, is that something you kind of automatically do? Or you've got a software that does it, or what?
No. I mean, I use Premiere. I use Adobe Premiere, and
Gotcha.
I'm not terrible at it, but I'm not like a pro user by any means. But the first time I did it, it did take me like 2 days, like the weekend. It basically took me the weekend.
Wow.
To put it all together because I had never done it. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Every effect or whatever I wanted to do, I needed to look up a tutorial on how to do it. And it was definitely trial by fire. But then when I was done, I saved it as like a template so that I could remove and insert the new footage each week.
Oh, okay.
And so now it takes a fraction of the time, but that first one took me the weekend to do. But it's okay now. Now I just go, all right, here's the new stream. So that of course also means you're going to be hearing the same intro and outro and all that good stuff the whole time. But until I feel a reason to change it, but it doesn't take too long. See you later, Joseph. Joseph Zawada is out. Thanks for being here. And it's also just like, I think it's nice to get a little, I'm trying to get more and more mileage out of the stuff I'm doing, because that's something I've been learning and seeing is that, I am creating a great wealth of content and it needs to be maximized, I guess is the term.
Well, and I'm going to give you props because you do pour a lot into this. The fact that if you've never, I mean, I don't know who all, you always give us a clip of the thing since we're connected through Instagram and other socials or whatever.
Yeah.
Kevin will cut that out and send it to us when he's made a sketch that we do. And that's one of the extra mile. And I appreciate that.
Yeah. No, if I know who you are, and mostly if you also have an Instagram account, because as soon as it's like, well, I don't have an Instagram, it just gets complicated. So I'm like, all right, never mind. Yeah. But if you have an Instagram account, you know, and if I know you, then I will happily snip it out of the finished work and send it over to you. Because, you know, hey, you asked for it, you wanted it, we'll let you have it. But there's been a couple that I've been like, oh, that's really cool, but then I don't know who the person is, so I can't send them.
There you go.
So. All right, there we go. There's our Rock'em Sock'em Robots. I hope that made up for the boxes. Gator Bricks, I am so late, so I haven't seen what's been done already. Yeah, we've got a couple things. Russian nesting dolls, Etch-a-Sketch, Foxy plush, Mr. Potato Head. This really weird, creepy snake Furby thing.
Weird, boring.
Long Furby. We've got a Malibu Barbie and a John Wick action figure. Okay, let's see. Look through these suggestions.
Oh, I didn't see that Brickhead family. That's my bad. I didn't copy that over there, so I missed your suggestion. It may have been while I had gone to the little boy's room. So
Joseph Zawada's like, I'm back. Work is done. Like, that was fast. That was quick, man.
It was.
I guess maybe work got canceled or something. Let's see. I love the tagline, sewer baby, adore builds. What would be a vintage toy you would want today as an adult? Mine would be the Kenner smash up derby cars with the rip cords. Okay.
A vintage toy. I don't necessarily.
Yeah, Switchblade Zebra. That's a Raptus. That's me and Papa Bear. That's our thing. That's our song. Let's see. Oh, it's already 12:09.
It is 12:09.
My goodness. Okay. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun. Let's do.
Doc, did you suggest from Twitch? He ignores Twitch suggestions.
Oh, I did. Okay.
I missed that one. That will be on the moderator. I did not see that. So
let's do this He-Man from Gator Bricks.
Yeah.
Gator Bricks, do you have an Instagram? I feel like I've tried to send you doodles before, but I couldn't find you on Instagram, so I just gave up.
Larry, time flies when you're drawing boxes.
Well, there's a lot of detail in those boxes. All right.
Such love.
But maybe I have sent you drawings already, Gator Bricks, and I'm just imagining this whole thing. But I thought maybe. All right. I need to specify. I need a He-Man toy, not He-Man the cartoon.
Not Dolph Lundgren.
Toy. Gator Bricks, I do not have. Okay, yeah. All right. So because I have tried to send you some doodles before, and I usually I go into Instagram and I just send them to the DMs. It's really easy. I can send them to everybody at the same time. So let me know when you get one. I can shoot them over to you.
Did you actually send it to somebody named Gator Bricks who doesn't know who you are, who is going?
No, I mean I didn't. You're right. No, I couldn't find anything, so I was like, I guess he just doesn't have one. So
I got you.
All right, we're gonna do this He-Man. He's like so muscular. He's like ridiculously muscular. I think the toy is making him look more muscular than he even was in the cartoon, probably.
I can remember, and the Toys That Made Us that goes into He-Man talks about it, how there was a storyline to the toy, and then there was a storyline, and then the comic books that came with the toy, which was cool. And then when the Filmation or whoever made the daily cartoon was totally off of the reservation on that. And then they make the movie, which was way totally off the reservation from all of it. It's so strange how not to handle a property.
Yeah.
Because in the toy, He-Man had one half of the sword that was silvery gray, and Skeletor had the other half of the sword that was purple, and you could snap them together. So there was something with the good and the evil in the sword and all that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it was this whole like big. I mean, it was a cool storyline in the comics and everything, and then the cartoon came out, and it was just totally not. And then his alter ego Prince Adam looked nothing like He-Man, not at all. That pink shirt, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I've drawn the laughing Adam thing a couple times. That's been requested.
I think I actually remember seeing that in the.
Yeah, that was also a Patreon gift. Somebody got that as a gift. That was Dave from Scott's Toys, the YouTube channel Scott's Toys. He got the laughing Adam He-Man drawing as a gift.
Yeah, Doc Sam says Skeletor was cool in that movie. Actually, he was cool in that movie. He was done. Gwildor ruined the movie. One of many things that ruined that movie, I'm sure. So, Courtney Cox, Kenny Papa Bear says Courtney Cox and her boyfriend was in that movie. The boyfriend was played by the guy who played Tom Paris on Voyager. So, dropping some knowledge in the chats right now.
Nice. Tom Paris. I always forget. I know I've looked up the answer on Google over and over and over again, and then I forget it again. But because I'm a big Trek fan and I've watched all the series, I was always so mad that the character of Tom Paris was so clearly supposed to be the character from Next Generation that like got Wesley Crusher in trouble doing the stunts at Starfleet Academy and got expelled.
Right.
It's basically the exact same story it's written to be. But then something happened and they couldn't use that character's name. I'm like, like I said, I forget all the time, but I'm like, this is that character. Why did you rename him Tom Paris?
Yeah. It's like the actor. It's the character. Yeah. That always bugged me too. Right.
Cause and it was also the exact same actor.
Yeah.
It's the same character. It's the same actor. It's the same story, but they changed his name. And I always forget why. There's a reason. I looked it up and I constantly forget it and have to look it up again.
Yeah, that was it. Deep Space Nine was supposed to have Ensign Ro as the character.
Yeah,
that they had. Then she didn't want to do the role, which I thought would have been great. But Kiara Nerys or whatever was then created to replace her and all that kind of stuff. Which I'm glad they didn't just say, "Oh, this actress is now Kiara or is Ensign Ro or whatever." But that would have been kind of interesting to see her go over there. But it didn't happen. So Larry wants to know, have you watched Lower Decks?
No. I've only seen a couple commercials for it, and it just I like Trek and I'm willing to give it a shot. It just seems like the commercials I saw for it just seem so different. I'm like, this seems like it's, I don't know. Weren't they like cursing in the commercials too? And I'm like, I kind of got like a Family Guy kind of vibe from it. And I was like, I like Family Guy, but I was like, I don't know if I want my Trek to be like that.
You could watch the Orville for that, which I actually like. Spacetime Brick Studio says they didn't want to pay the original writer of that episode for royalties for using that character on Voyager.
See, there it is. I knew there was, and I've looked that up before. And it's just like, it's one of those silly things that I'm like, that's clearly that character. But it's like, I guess force myself to like not know that.
It's like maybe you should write better contracts or something. I don't know.
Or just, I don't know, pay the person who did it and be okay with that. I get that it's always about money, but sometimes it's okay to like actually just pay someone their dues and like have the rights to do a thing.
True.
Like it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's cool to like push yourself creatively. Be like, all right, well, let's try to do something so we don't have, but just to be like, nah, I don't want to pay that person money. Like, well, it really
write the check. Canadian Papa Bear, Star Trek died after DS9 and Voyager, and the new Trek makes me shake my head. You just had the old man get off my lawn moment on the internet for us. Thank you.
I actually really liked Enterprise. I didn't like it when it started. And I didn't watch it when it first came out. It was years later And it has a really rough start. Like
Yes.
the first season's not good. But then I'm like, okay, this is actually getting really good. And then when it gets like really enjoyable, they flash forward to the very end and they make it all like basically a dream sequence.
It's a holiday. Yeah.
I was like, what? What just happened?
Yeah. Well, I can remember being so old man mad when the theme song comes on and dude is singing in it. I'm like, this is not Star Trek at all.
I don't like the theme song. Yeah.
No.
Like when I watched the stuff on Netflix, Enterprise was the only one that I did the skip intro. I was like, I'll listen to the intro of all the other ones. But I was like, yeah.
Because it wasn't that song from like a Robin Williams movie or something where he's like a doc. I don't know. Anyway, it was not just Star Trek. It was somewhere else. Late season Enterprise is good. I've heard that too. My brother kept up with it. I gave it up. He said it was really good in the last season. Another thing that turned me off is like it was yet another storyline in Star Trek with time travel. And it's like if you don't have
there was a lot of that in that.
Yeah, so if you don't have an evil admiral going rogue or time travel, do you even have Star Trek? Those storylines get old. So
yeah.
Wait, somebody getting paid for their creative work? What kind of madness are you suggesting here, Mr. Hinkle?
I know. Call me crazy. I think I actually just want to do like the slits for the eyes. It kind of works for this toy.
He's an angry He-Man.
Well, he's kind of like
he's all gritty, mad.
He's like not smiling. He's just like
Yeah, he's super aggressive. Wait, you're not going to draw the furry loincloth? Are you kidding me?
I'm gonna move it and then this is the bottom of the that's the bottom of the canvas. So I'm probably gonna like when I get this done, move it to a different location. I hope this He-Man makes up for the boxes. This toy though is ridiculous. Like the abdomen and like the stomach. I mean, it's like so funny.
I know, right?
All right, let's see. All right, yeah, because we're gonna need to shrink him a little bit, and that one of those hands is a little rough.
Yeah, those boxes are taking up a whole lot of real estate. I'm just saying. I'm just kidding.
They're taking up a whole lot of real estate. Let's move He-Man over here. There we go.
Oh, close to Barbie. They'll be hanging out.
They will. All right. Now we can finish the legs. Oh, the legs are more ridiculous. Okay.
Yeah, they are. And he's interested. He was made in they're like bent legs, not straight legs. They're in a kind of action pose.
They are definitely like maybe mid squat. It's like really interesting. All right.
Fazoom Jr., my son, got to go. He's got to head back to class, which means he's going from the living room to his bedroom. So that's what's happening up there.
Enjoy that journey.
That's right. Long walk. Do good, son. I'll talk to you in a bit.
Thanks for choosing to use your break and pop in here. It's kind of cool.
Gosh, I don't even remember now what does he have like the fur boots or whatever?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. This foot is ugly.
Yeah, he's got the fur. Drawn feet and hands are just the worst.
They are. Hey, they are the worst. Indeed.
Because I mean, I have to doodle all the time. I doodle like staff meeting. I'm always doodling. Fortunately, the folks I work with understand I'm doing that to listen because I can't pay attention, right?
Absolutely.
It's got my brain distracted so I can listen. So I doodle all the time, and Batman, Superman, there's a lot of doodles there, but it's like, let me just make a cheap fist out of his hand. I don't want to deal with that. And his feet ran off the page. Darn, I don't have to draw those. So
oops. Yeah. I've joked many times on the stream that eventually, for my own good, I should have like a hand stream and just draw hands. I used to be really good at it actually when I was having to do it in school, and like that's part of figure drawing and life drawing, and you're doing it literally every day. I got really good at it, but then I stopped doing it forever. There was really long stretches of time, as expected, working at Lego for years. I didn't draw a single thing.
Yeah.
Which of
that's
course made me
such
sad.
a crazy thing that you had to deal with there. That's just so nuts.
Oh yeah, we're not going to get into that, that whole thing. And not only did I not do it, and then I did it and was told to stop doing it. So, whatever.
Raptus doesn't like He-Man. Nick says, I feel you're attacking my childhood with a He-Man figure hate. So that's right.
Okay.
Doc says he appears to have a minifigure hand.
Well, he kind of, it's like molded. When I'm looking at this toy, it's like, the hand is molded together. It needs to have fingers a little bit better.
There, a little better.
But it is supposed to be like for sword gripping action.
That's right.
All right, let's throw colors on. Yeah.
He has the power.
He's got that like dark tan.
Yeah, I remember getting I remember going to get Skeletor and He-Man from the store and all that kind of stuff. He's just a muscular action figure. Now you look at him like, what was I playing with?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. He has fur shorts on and
yeah.
What?
Yeah. The answer to your question is yes.
All right. So while you're coloring this, Kevin, what was other than the brick and stuff like that, or what was your favorite toy growing up? Just absolute favorite.
Can I include video games? Probably not. No, that's different. It's different.
Yeah, and that debate didn't come up. Our game systems toys. I figured you would have that argument going on with the whole, like the robot thing back in the day. So
I would say probably out of all the toys that I played with and had, if you remove Lego, if you remove video games, was probably all the Spawn action figures. That was probably because like I said, I had all the things, like the entire collection of all. Because I asked like every relative for every special occasion, I wanted the Spawn action figures. And again, I had never read a comic. I never saw any kind of media from it. The action figures just blew me away. I can't even imagine my son now asking his grandmother for the Violator. Can you please give me the Violator? Like, come on. But like, I didn't know anything about the story, but the toys, so many hours of playing with the toys and like the alleyway set and the car. And they were just really cool toys. They had really cool play features. Like the clown, like his head flipped into his back. Like he had the two heads. So
right.
The head.
That's pretty demented looking too. So.
Oh yeah, he's creepier than. The story is not for kids. So, but like his head flips back, and then because he turns into the Violator. He really is the Violator. And his head turns into and then the Violator was like a rubbery toy, so that you could bend him in all these but it's like the rubber where you bend it and then it can stay.
Yeah.
Like you could pose him in all kinds of spindly positions. And then Spawn, of course, they had like 10 versions of Spawn. So you could have like the Night Spawn, the Commando Spawn with all the guns. And I had all of
them. Commando Spawn in the Friends language would mean he doesn't have underpants on. But anyway.
Right. And there was also like he had these really big, burly bad guys that he fought. I think one of them was called Overkill, I think was his name. He's like, think of like Kingpin in terms of like the size and stature but kind of like Bane. Bane's a better example.
Oh, gotcha.
And I had that too. So probably Spawn. But I had a lot of different toys. I remember having that Light Bright thing when I was really young. Like, you remember the Light Bright, put the little lights in the thing and you made
I remember being ADD as a kid, going, "Nah, I'm just gonna shove them in how I want." So,
Brickhead Family. I remember Spawn figures just being statues. I played with them actively, but they were just. It was just at how cool they were. That's the only reason I wanted them. Is because they looked so cool.
Did you ever have friends come over and then their parents go, "No, we're not playing with Kevin anymore"?
No. No. Actually, true story. One of my closest friends, for almost through all of elementary school till he moved away, his parents said that they liked me coming over because I was a good influence for their son. Because he cursed like a sailor. This was like, we're in elementary school.
Wow.
He cursed like a sailor. I curse now, but like I never liked doing it. I do it when I'm mad. Like, you're gonna get it when I'm angry. But they were like, we just like that you don't curse. I'm like, aren't we both like 7? Why aren't you his parent? But I was told that I was the good influence.
You're a good influence. Also.
I'm a good egg.
You're a good egg. That's right.
Canadian Papa Bear, true meta is Nintendo's Rob the Robot a toy. Oh, that's totally a toy. 100%.
Here we go.
Nintendo themselves said that, I think. They were like, that we made this so that we could have products in the toy aisle and kind of increase our market share from gaming to toys. Pretty sure I read that somewhere. Let's get some red for the X-Cross thing on his chest. Now, what's up, M Productions? I don't know if I said hello to you. Sorry about that.
Oh, hey.
Yes, stream. Can't remember if I did or not. Thank you to all you people watching.
M Productions drops Voltron in here just in time for color.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that's an intense one too. I mean, intense unless I just really doodle. really, really doodle.
I actually have regrets that I did not get the Lego Voltron. It was just at a time where I wasn't buying a lot, and it was an expensive set. What you think about it now? What was Voltron? What 150, 120 around there? I can't remember.
That's not very expensive now.
No, now that all the adult sets are coming up and all that kind of jazz, it's like, man, there's so many $300 sets and things like that. It's like I can't do this.
I can't do this. Yeah, I know. It's like you got to be very wealthy.
Well, and apparently the marketing folks at Lego know that our shelves are getting full with those sets. So now we've got wall art and we've got frames and all that kind of stuff. So
isn't that amazing how that works?
It is.
This waste. So ridiculous.
I'll be right back in 2 seconds.
Okay, no problem. All right, we're almost done with He-Man. Not going to do too much. You guys know. Not going to do too much shaving, but just a little bit. A little bit here and there. Sure, color the inside of his hand. There. And a little bit here. These are our happy accidents. Remember when $130 was expensive for Lego? Lego got offended with that statement and said, we can do better. No, I mean, it really all comes down to that Falcon. It really is. The Falcon, in a lot of ways, was a big test for how high a price point can the market support, and the market supported it. So expect them to keep going up, keep being pricey until they stop selling, and then that will be the ceiling.
Tell you what, though, I'm just disappointed at how expensive. Well, some of the new Star Wars, like that, whatever fighter, Grievous fighter, is insanely priced for what you get.
Yeah,
because it's like in the 400s of parts, and there's no extravagant molds of parts in that thing. In fact, they use the same windshield they used 10, 15 years ago when they made it or whatever the first time. So but it is, and it's not a set or a ship that I'm like, wow, I love that ship in Star Wars, because I don't.
Yeah.
It's a cool ship. I mean, it looks like it has some World War II fighter vibe going on it, but For $80, $90 for that thing? Nope, not happening.
All right, so Chris, we more than likely the next doodle will be the last one, I'm thinking.
Okay, nope.
So I'm gonna let you pick it. So you pick the last one, and if you don't, and I'm gonna give you this. If you don't see anything that calls to you, you can also suggest something yourself.
Oh, okay. Let me go back through there and everything.
No pressure one way or the other.
No pressure. Oh, no, that was a good one. Oh, I should call my kids out, but I don't want to be that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Like he just put his sons.
That's right. Oh, I don't even know what that is, but
You'll never hear the end.
Yeah, and then it'll be like, Dad, why don't you pick my theme, man? Dad. So let me go back and see.
$400 for Diagon Alley. They are trying to kill my bank account. Yeah, Nick.
For real, right? That's interesting. All right. You know what? I'm gonna pick this one. Larry, pick this one, and it is a kind of an iconic '80s toy. It's called a Big Track. It's a vehicle. You're drawing a vehicle.
Okay, that's fine.
It's really cool. It's at 1140.
1140. Okay.
If you need me to copy it back and paste it, I will.
Oh, you might have to. Yeah, I can't go back that far.
Okay. I will paste it in. I won't do it through Twitch because you'll ignore it.
You can't. You're on my side. You can't do that.
There. See if that come through.
Oh, yeah. All right. There we go.
It was a cool toy. I'll tell you the story about that. A couple friends of mine, we were all about that. That and the Armatron, which was like a robotic thing. You could program it. There's like a robot grabber. When you got the toy, it was so insanely complicated to program. Then it was like, this is not fun. I just wanted this to run around the room. So Ms. Brick Kitten liked the Big Track. Yeah, it was a cool looking toy. And it's got that very 80s, late 70s, 80s space vibe kind of thing going on to it. It's a great vehicle. It's got really cool, it's got the orange and yellow color into it and all that kind of stuff. It was a great looking toy, but it's like, I don't want this thing to teach me something. I just want it to run around and do cool stuff.
I don't want to learn. I just want to be entertained.
That's right.
I love it. This is an interesting. I've never heard.
Oh man, I blew it. I should have picked another toy that I love so much, but I blew it.
It's already done.
I know it. It's already done. I had my shot. I didn't think of it. There's a space toy that I had in the 80s called the Starbird. This spaceship. It was the best. Oh, I blew it. Oh,
sorry. There'll be another time. What's up, Joey? We got Joey.
Another time.
Joey, and then also we got Eli. Joey and Eli have shown up.
Oh, Maniac for Bricks is here. How you doing?
Okay, Larry says it needs to be the gray one. That's no problem.
Yeah, I got you back there, Larry. And I gave up Starbird for that.
He gave up Starbird for this. You owe me.
Right, you owe me, man. Maybe you'll have time. You can throw Starbird in there, but
maybe we'll see. Sometimes I think it's going to be the last one, and then it doesn't take as long, and so then I can get another one or two in there.
I'm interested if Doc remembers the Starbird spaceships by Milton Bradley, and it had we tilted it up. It had this engine noise, and it would like accelerate, and when you tilted it down, it would decelerate the noise. Had these little lasers. You hit the button, and it'd go pew pew pew, that kind of stuff. And there's also modular. You could pop the front off and the back, and make a little bit of a different spaceship. And then they made the bad guy version, which was black. It was Starbird was it was just this one-off toy by Milton Bradley, I believe, to make a space toy in the aftermath of Star Wars. But it was a fantastic toy. It was so fun. It had little parts you could pull off of it and all that kind of stuff. So cool.
Nice.
Many of Rick's looked up Starbird. Very Star Wars influence. Yeah, it was. So cool. Such a great toy. many memories of running around in my backyard, fighting off bad guys and stuff with that rocket spaceship.
Spaceship. Okay, this kind of angles up.
There's a request, somebody, but the way I don't know why the phrasing goes is just, Kevin, can you draw a lightsaber? It's like, can you even draw a lightsaber?
Why are you even here? That's my bet. That's Greg Highland is hilarious. Why are you even here? Oh my goodness.
Love that guy. I hope I need to get to a con where he is. It's been a long time since talked to him.
I mean, obviously Bricks in the Six, because that's his his neighborhood. If you can make that show,
I
mean, that's a trek from where you are, but he doesn't really go to many. I think he just goes to local stuff.
Yeah, well, that's me in Brickfair, Alabama. It's just local. Those 10-hour rides in the car are not as fun as they used to be.
Right, that's my max. Like for driving is about 10 hours.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll do 10, and then
I'm at age where I'm like, why are my feet swelling?
Why are my feet? Yeah, I can. Yeah. All right, let's see. We've got
Jeff McElwee is in the chat. He's given some requests. I think we're kind of on our last one, but I will put those in.
We'll see. We might have one more. Either this is the last one or there'll be one more after this.
Yeah. Oh, Doc does know. He remembers Starbird. Good. You're my peeps, man.
Good man. You have made Chris very happy. Very happy on this day.
That's right. Even though I forgot to tell you to draw it.
Yeah. Well, you wanted to make do for the people watching.
That's right. I didn't want to be that guy.
So what is the deal with this? Was there a storyline behind this or no?
It was a toy, and if you look at the thing, it's got tons of buttons and stuff. You could program it to do things. You could make it go and pick something up and all this kind of stuff. The commercials made it seem like this is a toy of the future and everything, and you get it, and you've got this thick book of programming language you're trying to put in there. It's like, this is not fun at all. I mean, even to get it to do something simple, you had to program it. And it's also one of those things, when you turned it off, all that work you'd put into it was gone.
I can already imagine in my head the commercial, like, whoosh, the toy of the future. It's like swooshes, a bunch of swooshing.
Lots of swooshing.
Oh, man.
Yeah. You had the two kids, who happen to have a creek in their backyard and all this kind of stuff, running it through the backyard and in their magical land that no one had in their yard.
I saw your comment, Poppy. One day a con. Hopefully there'll be something that will make sense for everybody logistically. Hopefully.
Yeah, Larry, who played with it, he said he enjoyed it, and I'd be more proud of it. It could only do like 16 commands, but it was the toy of the future.
It was the toy of the future. You gotta keep doing the swishing. All right. There is this. Okay. All right. Let me do colors. Larry said he wants gray, and I see the gray one.
Yeah. Well, another good pick. It's color time. We picked a gray one.
We picked the gray one. But there are some stripes on it.
Yeah. The 70s space stripes with the reds and the yellows and the oranges. So cool.
Yeah. Okay. Put that on there.
E-Logger asked if we had heard about the Apple messing around with Unreal Engine, all that kind of stuff. I tell you what, my kid is into Fortnite, and man, this whole Apple versus Fortnite, I have heard so much about that. Yeah. It's like I give that dad long stare when he says the word, "Hey, Dad, on Fortnite and Apple." And I just, I listen. I'm listening, but it's like I'm listening. It's becoming painful.
Yeah, I don't remember if I was on stream when I said it or if you were there, but I was telling somebody, I think I was telling Julian, that I do kind of get, or I think it was my stream. It was my stream on Tuesday, so maybe you heard me say it, but I was saying that I get kind of a guilty pleasure out of like giant companies battling it out like that.
Yep.
Because they were like, Apple's like, well, we're going to remove your app from our store, and Fortnite's like, that's fine. We're going to sue you. It's like, this is very entertaining to me. Please continue. It's like, please, as you were. It's just kind of, I don't know. For me, it's just kind of fun to watch the behemoths beat each other up a little bit.
Well, I mean, I will say it is entertaining, especially for him, because Fortnite is, they recreated the old Apple versus IBM commercial.
Oh, yeah.
They refilmed it in their animation and the talking head is this Apple dude with an Apple head. So they threw that back on him, which is like, sticking it to the man's kind of funny. But then the dad in me is like, well, son, if they sign an agreement, they sign an agreement, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you start to get real. Like, yeah, bring in the realism. Okay, let's get this striping. Okay, so the stripe, we got a couple different colors. We got black.
Canadian Papa, Apple versus Fortnite is like killer hornets versus killer bees. You really don't want anybody to win.
Yeah. But you're still watching all of it. You're like, this is so entertaining, but I don't really know who I want. Because you're like, whoever wins, we all lose. That's like I feel like that's some old horror movie tagline from a trailer. Whoever wins, we all lose. Maybe that was like Freddy versus Jason or something. I remember that line.
Maybe. Another reason this vehicle is pretty entertaining. It reminds me of we came in later. There's a movie with George Papard. It was a made-for-TV movie called Damnation Alley, and it had this vehicle that looked a lot like the Big Track, but it had these funky sets of 3 wheels per wheel kind of thing. It was very strange. It was a horribly made, goofy sci-fi movie of the week kind of thing, but the vehicle was really spacey looking and very cool. So that always will remind me of the Big Track back in the day.
Yeah, Jeff confirmed that is the Freddy versus Jason tagline. Freddy versus Jason. Whoever wins, we all lose. My goodness.
Yeah, Jeff McAvoy read Damnation Alley, which of course the chat blocks out. I'm saying bad words on your chat. But anyway,
have you? Oh, yeah.
Damnation Alley, yeah. There were 3 dudes travel around in a decimated post-apocalyptic landscape. That is it. The sky is scorched red or something because of the nuclear war, which just means they just poorly put a red filter over the blue sky, which was awful. Got to see Doc's video. Does Doc have another video out today?
Oh, really? Alert.
From the network, Doc has a new show out. 70 Stripes. I love them.
All right, these we got a bunch of different colors for these, like buttons and junk.
So many buttons.
It's like, yeah, actually a lot of different colors for those buttons.
Yeah, I think I remember being 12 and going, hey, man, I want to play with this. And look down, or no, it was about 10. I don't know. I can't remember. Go ahead. I want this to go do cool things. Gosh, look at all those buttons.
Gosh, look at all those buttons.
And then it became unfun because it's like, I'm not going to concentrate on this.
Oh, Alien versus Predator. Okay. That one said if whoever wins. Freddy versus Jason was place your bets. You know what's funny is life is full of disappointments, Eli says, Jeff. I haven't watched any of the Freddy or Jason movies at all because that's just not my thing. But I have watched in its entirety Freddy versus Jason. I don't know why. I think it was because it was on television and it was on this channel I was watching at the time. And I was like, okay, I guess so. And it was every bit as horrible as I thought it was going to be. And there was all kinds of unsettling things that occurred before my eyes. I was like, wow, this is why I don't watch these. I watched the whole thing because then I had that problem where if you stop watching it, your mind is just going to play games with you forever until you finish watching it. So it's like I need to see this through to the end. But it's just such a like that's the one out of all of them. That's the one I saw, and I was like, yeah, I'm good.
Doc Sands was asking him, was that vehicle used in a kid show? It is. I'm trying to figure out the vehicle that I'm talking about in the movie that this reminds me of was called the Landmaster, which was cool.
Yes, color me surprised. I haven't watched. I'm sorry. There's a lot of things. I mean, I haven't watched everything.
I am not a scary movie watcher. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
Yes, an arc kind of thing. Yeah. Doc is tracking on what I can't remember, but yeah.
Okay, so I think that's done.
That's done.
It's done. So we've still got like 12 or so minutes. So we can't do a stack of Lego boxes, but we can do something else. Let me shrink this a little bit, make myself some space. So you get another chance, Chris. You can either pick one or suggest one yourself. And
okay.
You already.
Can I please have the Starbird? Can you? Let me make sure.
Yeah. It's gonna be like the most complicated thing ever.
It's not really.
All right, Starbird.
Milton Bradley. Look that up there.
And let me turn off this comment.
That would just bless my soul.
Oh, look at this thing.
Look at that thing.
Look at that thing.
So great.
It's like an Aero spaceship.
Yeah. I've always wanted to build it out of Lego, but there's some shape that I'm not sure how I would do.
All right. I think we can.
If you can, man.
I think we can make that happen.
Oh, the $6 Million Man, Doc. I remember that. You looked through the back of his head, and it was like a reverse telescope, but it made it look like everything was far away. I love that old toy. That was cool.
I grew up in a fallout shelter, probably. What is this world I've emerged into? I think I was decently sheltered by my parents.
Except you had Spawn toys.
That's because they didn't do their homework. But I mean, they didn't. If things they knew, they didn't let me. Well, if they knew what it was, they didn't let me.
I mean, they didn't look at the clown dude and go, "That's a little disturbing for a little Kevin."
Amazingly, no. Amazingly, no. They didn't. In that, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. It really is.
Yeah, Canadian Papa Bear is like, yeah, what the heck on those Spawn toys, man?
I know. It's weird. But like I said, it's kind of odd because I didn't know jack about the story. Like, I knew nothing about the story or the character. I just liked the toys. I was like, these toys are nice. And I think maybe, I mean, I'm a parent, right? I'm a parent now. Mm-hmm. So I know parenting. Maybe my parents were like, do you like this story? And I'm like, I don't know the story. I like the toys. And maybe they're like, well, he's fine. He doesn't even know what it is. maybe.
Larry mentions a second ago, he found a photo doing a Google search or whatever of a Starbird, this toy, parked next to a Big Track. They were in the same era.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Send me
that. I want to see that picture.
Was your dad Todd McFarlane? And he only, I wish my dad was Todd. And then I would have a lot more money, I think. But no, my dad was not. But my dad was a mayor of a town in Arkansas for a few years. That was interesting. Probably you've been around, Chris, so you probably know Rob Hendricks from
Yeah, I know Rob.
He's in Arkansas, and I went up to him at Brick World a couple years ago. This was a while ago, actually, at this point. And I just never occurred to me to ask. My dad and I kind of grew apart in later years. I mean, there's nothing like really bad. We just don't talk a lot. But I remember when he told me that he was running for mayor of his town in Arkansas. He moved from Texas to Arkansas after all the kids left. And I was like, that seems odd, but okay. You're an adult. You can do whatever you want. And he's like, I'm running for mayor. I'm like, that seems very not like you, but okay. And then he won. So, I remember him sending me like the newspaper clipping of him like getting sworn in. This was like a small town in Arkansas. It wasn't like a major city or anything. But I went up to Rob Hendricks at Brickworld one year and I was like, "Hey, Rob, do you know where the town was Amity?" I'm like, "Do you know where Amity, Arkansas is?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's right next to me. That's where I went to school. I grew up in Amity."
Whoa.
And I was like, "Oh, okay." that was all. And I just like stared at him and he's like, "Is there a reason you asked me that very specific question about a town in the state that I live?" I like to do that sometimes, right? I like to let people hang for a little bit. And I was like, "Yeah, so apparently my father's the mayor of that town." And it was so crazy because he goes, "Wait, Don is your dad?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's my father." And he's like, "I didn't think in a million years. I mean, I knew he had the same last name as you, but it's like, yeah, that's my father."
How many Hinkles are there?
There's enough. There's enough of them. We got some lasers here in the front.
Lasers.
It's almost like R2-D2 on the back.
It is. It's some this weird turret, and there's a gun that would snap onto that. And if you try to find one of these vintage, that gun is always missing. There's just a little bitty laser gun that barely would clip onto the top.
It's like
there's some total R2-D2 vibe going on with this. So
there's also this like symbol on the back of the wings.
Yeah.
That looks very much like Rebel Alliance symbol.
Yeah, it did.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, they scooted into the Star Wars universe a lot with this toy.
Jeff, yeah, don't watch Small Soldiers. The toys box go for quite a bit. Are the Hinkles sheltered too? Some of them are. Some of them aren't. Some of them are though. That's for sure.
How many? I don't even know. How many siblings do you have?
I am one of 5.
Is that your Borg designation?
Yeah, I am one of 5. I am one of 5 because I'm the oldest. I was the first, so I am of what is it? Tertiary Unimatrix. I am. Yeah, I have 5 siblings, or I have 4 siblings.
That's cool.
My wife is one of 7, and so a lot of times people are like, "Oh, you grew up in like big families, so you probably don't want to have any kids." And we're like, "What are you talking about? That's the only thing we're used to." Like, I feel so. Where are all the kids? Like, where did the kids go? Okay. Colors. Stud City is save the clock tower. Vote for Mayor Goldie Wilson.
Like the sound of that.
That was a really funny, like, ongoing joke in that.
Jeff, who are you calling nerds right now? Seriously? Who are you calling nerds?
Nerds. Nerds. All right. Joey, Jeff, nerds. Also Jeff, quote Star Trek Daily.
Oh, you have Goldie Wilson's autograph, the actor? That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, that's like one of my favorite, like, through line jokes through the whole film franchise.
Mm-hmm.
All right, these little wings back here look like they're like a dark blue kind of.
I can remember, of course, growing up, we don't have the internet or internet movie database or movie trivia, all that kind of jazz that we had access to. So I remember being in college and somebody pointing out that in Back to the Future, the name of the mall changes.
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't notice that watching it and stuff like that. And then there's all these little things like that. And like your mind just gets totally blown. Like, what?
I love it when they actually care enough to do stuff like that.
Yeah. And later in some of the movies, it seems like they did that and they made a big deal about it so you would notice.
Right.
But for some reason, the mall thing was not that noticeable until you went back and you're like, oh, holy cow, because he ran over the tree and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah. There is the subtle art of, keeping stuff like that together. Let's see. Wouldn't let me. Oh, yeah. Actually, hold on. let me make Larry a mod. Anybody who has been on stream with me and has moderated my chat absolutely deserves to be a mod in my YouTube channel. Larry, I can put you as a mod. Is there anybody else that's been in my streams that's not a mod that has helped me? I don't think so. Might have been it. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. There you go. You're a mod now. Congratulations. Oh, sure. YouTube love again. Papa B was my first VIP. Oh, yeah. Are you not a mod, Steve? Yeah, you're not a mod. Let me fix that. There you go.
I'm not.
Oh, we need to change that too.
Oh, I mean, we're not done yet. You need to, you've got 3 more minutes to see if I'm worthy. So.
Oh, then I remove it. Like, and out.
Sorry, dude.
So, but yeah, Papa B was my first VIP. Okay, this is actually a really funny story. My first VIP, because you can set someone up as a VIP on Twitch. I didn't necessarily know what that means, but I was like, oh, he's cool. He's going to be a VIP. VIP. And then I started like actually really streaming on Twitch and using the platform. And I remember doing setting up the bots to like check for language and stuff so that people aren't spamming profanities. And I was like, Papa B, help me out. Throw some curse words in there to see if the bot filters it out. And he put like every single one under the sun in one sentence and he posted it. And of course it went straight on because he's a VIP. I was like, and there we go. Yep. I forgot that you can do anything. All right. We put some little blaster shots going on. There's some red.
So nice.
Actually, let me go back to this. There's like some red underneath here. Oh, R2D2 back there. You get a wrench, and you get a wrench. You all get wrenches. All right. That is there's the Starbird. There we go. I'm gonna unplug the tablet and get that out of the way because we are at the end of today's program. So let me basically change my sweater and shoes, equivalent of Mr. Rogers here. Don't forget the 10-minute timeout for sharing emotes as I rated. That was also awful. That was terrible. When he rated me and I didn't have it set up for the bot, assumed anybody putting more than, I think, 3 emotes in a row was like a spam bot. So Papa B's like, hey, Kevin, we're here to raid you with love. And the bot's like, timeout. It's like, no, what are you doing? You don't time out the person that's helping me. All right. Starbird needs some pew pew sound effects. Pew pew.
It actually made pew pew sound effects. That was the best part.
But was it sound effects like in the Lego movie where they go pew 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 pew?
No, it was not.
That's pretty good. I like that. That's definitely from the mind of a child. All right. So we are here. We're at the end of today's show. We're going to take a quick tour of everything that we drew together today. So let's see. We're going to start up here in the corner. We've got Mr. Potato Head.
Please give the Furby a quick pass.
Actually, for you.
Oh.
No, this is actually okay because it's just a Furby.
Yes.
And then you're like, well, these are a little long, but all right. Oh. So this is the long Furby. This is a thing, people. Google that. Papa B sending me burger money. I was actually going to get a burger. Thank you much, sir. I appreciate that. You are far, far too kind. So that is a quote, long Furby. And then we've got, this is a plush Foxy from the Five Nights at Freddy's video game franchise. This is a Funko Pop of me. Here's an Etch-a-Sketch. Thank you, Ray. Loves the Hinkle Pop. There's Jex Trek references. This down here is supposed to be a John Wick action figure, and I actually like dumbed it down from the action figure because it looked really good. It didn't look like an action figure, so I had to like add extra joints and junk. We've got Malibu vintage Malibu Barbie down there wearing her one-piece swimsuit.
You should make like that He-Man is imagining her or thinking about her. Make the little speech balloon that's He-Man is thinking about Barbie.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was like, yeah, I got you. Yeah, no, you're good. You're good, Papa B. You don't have to give me anything. I will gladly take and don't you worry about what it covers. It covers the place in my heart. It's what it covers. All right, let's see here.
The burger usually clogs a vein to your heart, but anyway.
Well, thank you for bringing us back to reality, Chris. We got He-Man. Here's our He-Man action figure. We got Rock'em Sock'em Robots right here. And this is the big track, something I was not familiar with, but there we go. Big track. Starbird. Firing the robots. This is my pile of Lego sets that I still have to build. I mean, it's a good drawing, but nobody likes to watch still life. But yeah, so that's the Ninjago City and the Jurassic Gate and the Millennium Falcon. Those really are my 3 sets. I've got some tiny things that are just, but that's the real pile.
Welcome, Sans. Looks like a bunch of old people stuff. So
yeah, and what was the name of this? This is
big loader.
The big loader. It's like a track with a little, like it would carry marbles, right? You said marbles from
little yeah.
And then we've got the Russian nesting dolls. This one was fun to do, actually. So we got those, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's all. So that's and it's a sketch with my lines. So there we go, everybody. That's everything we drew today on stream for our toys episode. Thank you, Chris, for popping into the stream again and helping collect ideas and discuss things.
Appreciate the opportunity.
And appreciate everybody being here, popping in, whether you were here at the end, the beginning, the middle, a little bit, all of it. It is appreciated. Don't forget, time lapses are now a thing. So if you'd like to relive the stream a lot quicker and only 5 minutes, Monday at noon, you'll have the time lapse for today's episode. If you didn't catch the special 100-hour video that is on my channel, it premiered yesterday. You can watch it. If you're feeling like you need more doodles in your life, you can get a really quick 30-minute recap on 100 hours of Doodle Stream, episode 1 through 37. And it's actually, like I said earlier, it's 30 minutes, but it will fly. Like every time I watch it, I'm like, that feels like it was 10 minutes long. Just because you kind of get mesmerized watching everything fly before your eyes. But check that out. Thank you, everybody. Again, thanks to all the cool people on Patreon that support me. Their support does make a big difference. Patreon.com/MrDraws. If it's within your means, definitely appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. I will see you guys for Tuesday. We've got Brick Building Tuesday evening. And as I mentioned briefly, there actually will not be a stream next Friday because I have a parental obligation that I cannot move, and it is right at this time. So there will be no Doodle stream. And that was also actually the multiplayer episode. So there is no multiplayer this month. But I know I'm kind of bummed about it, but we'll be back. Like I said, we'll be back Tuesday, and then we'll be back the following Friday for the next Doodle stream. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you guys next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.